Tonight, a rivalry is renewed at Ashe County High School as Friday Night Football is back, and we've got a great matchup in store for you tonight as we kick off with the home opener at Husky Stadium in West Jefferson on Sky Zone HD Channel 1. Good evening, I'm Tyler Ashe alongside Nathan Ham, proud to be back in with you for more high school football on Sky Zone Sports tonight. We'll see two coaches who have become familiar with one another and two offenses that will be on opposite ends of the spectrum as the Ashe County Huskies host the Watauga Pioneers. Nate, should be an entertaining matchup here tonight, to say the least.
It should be. Last year, a true classic between these two rivals. Of course, first time Ashe was able to go into Boone and beat the Pioneers, first time in school history. And, of course, lots missing from that team for both sides, but one thing's for sure, should be more entertainment between these two rivals.
Yeah, we talk about last year's matchup between these two. It really was like a storybook ending for the Ashe County Huskies.
It was. Kendall Richardson nailing that big field goal there late in the fourth quarter. Just a huge win for Ashe and part of, obviously, their best season in school history.
We'll take a look here at the captains for the home Huskies, starting off with number 7, working left to right, Sam Hudler. Number 50, Alex Richardson. Number 11, Tristan Jones. They had a number switch there. And number 56, Austin Blevins. So getting ready here for the coin toss to see who's going to start off with the ball on offense. There's going to be a lot of pressure here tonight, Nate, with the way we saw Watauga run the ball last week against Alexander Central to stop that rushing attack here tonight for the Ashe County Huskies.
And Ashe certainly has to build off of their defensive performance last week. They gave up a few rushing yards there to North Surrey, but this week a real test is Watauga. They'll be happy to pound that ball every play they can get. And it's interesting to talk about that, knowing they have such a talented quarterback. He can really throw the ball, but Watauga really wants to run the football. And if they do get behind a little bit, Aaron Dobbins, such a good arm, he can really bring a team back.
So getting ready to flip this coin, and there we see it tossed. Still waiting for a signal to see who won the coin flip. So Watauga won, and they want the ball to start things off, so we'll see this Husky defense put to the test to crank it up here from the get-go. But before we get into the opening kick, we have just a couple minutes here. Let's take a look at that recap of some of the highlights from last year's matchup between the Ashe County Huskies and the Watauga Pioneers. The 6-yard line, Bowers dropping back, has his man wide open. Now Ellis cutting it back to the middle, and he's in.
Great play call there.
4 wide set, trips to the left. He's looking this way, going deep down the field, and has his man. It is caught. And a great reception is made by Carter Calhoun all the way down to the 16-yard line, and this Husky offense is in business once again. Joined by Ellis and Sullivan in the backfield, drops back to pass. Rolling out to that right side, has his man wide open, and Sky Sullivan is the recipient of that one. 6 points for the Huskies. Immediately following, can he get rid of it? No, he's going to be brought down, and wrapping him up was number 33, Brandon Blevins, the senior, coming in making a huge play. Boy, did you see that end-to-end speed. 3 receivers to his left. Connor Bowers rolling out this way, throws it deep on the run, has his man Calhoun wide open. So an interesting choice here, having some faith in his kicker. Boy, he's going to have to get this one off. The play clock running low. Can he get the snap off in time? They're going to say he does. The kick is up. And it's good. The Huskies have taken the lead on a 34-yard field goal from Kendall Richardson, and it's chaos on that Husky sideline. Now, looking to roll out to the far sideline, chucks it deep down the field, and that one is going to be going the other way, and the Huskies have come up with a huge defensive play, and it looks like they're going to come out of here with a big-time victory tonight. So there we had it, Nate, just a few of the many highlights, of course, capping it off there toward the end. Kendall Richardson nailing that 36-yard field goal, and what a win that was for the Ashe County Huskies.
That was really a momentum builder for the rest of the season. Obviously, they're not in our conference, so not a conference game. But still, it's your rival. You really want to beat them, and we haven't done it for so long. The fans and the kids really had to feel especially great with last year's victory.
So we see the Miller Insurance scoreboard on screen. Glad to have them on board, as well as our communications partner, Carolina West Wireless. Glad to have them in with us here. And remember, 4G LTE is here. So now we're getting ready to crank things up here. The home opener at Ashe County High School. Kendall Richardson, man of the hour last year when these two teams met, winning the game for the Huskies. See what he can do as he cranks things up. And just like that, we're underway from Ashe County High School. Here on Sky Zone Sports, kick will be fielded inside the 5 and making his way out to the 25-yard line, the return man. We'll call it the 24-yard line, where Watauga will set up shop. And Nate, we'll see a guy playing in varsity action against the Huskies for the first time tonight, the senior signal caller, Aaron Dobbins.
Yeah, he seemed a little bit jinxed against the Huskies the last couple years, has not been able to play at all, dealing with some injuries, off the field issues, things like that. But this time he will get to play, and don't know if it'll be good or not for the Huskies, but they'll certainly be prepared for him and do everything they can to stop him and the Pioneer offense.
So we'll see a lot of motion here from the Pioneers pre-snap. Dobbins will be under center, man to watch as well. Evan Suggs, the ball carrier, and this time on the option. Dobbins going to keep it, fall ahead for a gain of a couple. We have a quick second here before we get into the second play of the game, Nate. We're going to take a look at the Ashe County forward keys to tonight's matchup. And, of course, for the Huskies, you got to limit those big plays. We didn't see them do that enough last week. Control that line of scrimmage. And we saw some drive stall last week inside the 35-yard line. They got to be able to execute in the Watauga territory. Same goes for the Pioneers.
Yeah, good keys to the game there as well. Ashe certainly really needs to make up for last week's defensive effort in the back end, especially North Surrey able to get some big pass plays.
So on 2nd down and 7, ball carrier gets out there. Nice little gain, going to be about a yard shy. Dobbins, another nice job on the quarterback keeper. You talk about Dobbins being a little jinxed there, Nate. It's been off-the-field injuries that's kept him out of action against the Huskies, mostly.
It has. We've heard several stories. He was out goofing off one day and ended up rolling his ankle down a hill and just really been snake bitten, especially the week before the Huskies come to town. But this year, that may have put him in a bubble for all we know. He certainly wasn't going to miss this one.
3rd and 1, big play here early, and a first down and then some. Suggs breaking away. He's inside the 30, the 20. Doesn't look like they're going to catch him. A dive by Hudler, wind him up, and watch Suggs go all the way for a Watauga touchdown.
And we see why Watauga wants to run the ball as much as they do. Tremendous speed there from Suggs, and the Pioneers strike quick. Certainly not like it was last year where Ashe scored first and held the lead most of the half. This time Watauga early ahead.
We saw him break away last week as he had a huge game against Alexander Central, and here he is making his imprint early. We'll call that one 67 yards from Evan Suggs as he caps off that first drive for the Pioneers with emphatic fashion. Now Critcher on for the extra point. The kick is up, and it's good. We'll take a look at the Ashe County forward drive to the end zone. 3 plays is all it took him, Nate, and we saw it there. Suggs on that Mountain Outfitters replay. Great job from him bursting out of the gates and getting into open field.
Yeah, he's 5 quarters into this 2015 season, and so far just looking like a tremendous workhorse for the Pioneers.
So here at the 10:29 mark already, 7-0. Pioneers didn't take them long. Just a minute, 31 seconds is all they needed to strike pay dirt first. As you mentioned, it'll be interesting to see how the Huskies respond. They were actually ahead last week. We know they struck first against North Surrey and led for a good chunk of the first half. We'll see how these guys respond down early in a ball game.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm sure not the start Coach Hampton wanted from his guys, but if anything can happen, the Huskies certainly can be a part of that. The offense shown even last week, while they struggled a little bit, they can still put up some yards. And one of our keys of the game was able to put those yards into the end zone, not just get into the opponent territory, but capitalize. So the Huskies will get the ball here, first chance for them tonight, so hopefully we'll see them put together a nice drive.
We'll see Watauga. Sometimes they like to kick this, Nate. They like to sort of psych their opponents out on the kickoffs. This time, Critcher does back up and boot this one deep. And it will be fielded by Judd Price on his own 1 or 2 yard line. Excuse me, that's Mason McNeil now cutting it back up the field. He's out across the 20, looking for space, still on his feet. He's across the 30, the 40, before he's finally forced out of bounds. And what a return there by the senior wideout, Mason McNeil.
Great answer for the Huskies off of the touchdown. Put your star athlete back there, let him run a kick back, and certainly up to the 45, great field position for the Huskies.
And on cue, there we see K&K Stitch and Screen player to watch for tonight. Just saw him right there, folks. Mason McNeil, last week a great one against North Surrey, albeit in a losing effort. 9 catches, 167 yards to TD. And he also played some great defense as well, came up with a pick late in the ball game to try to keep the Huskies in that one. Here we'll see junior quarterback Colin Ellis fires out a quick one to the running back Sullivan at the opposite side of the field. Not going to pick up much, but always good to see your QB complete a pass to crank up the ball game on offense.
Yeah, you have to feel happy for Sullivan there. He dropped a couple of passes last week, but here his first attempt out of the backfield, he hangs on to it, gets some positive yards for Ashe.
So just call it a gain of 3, brings up 2nd down and 7. Huskies will look to respond after Watauga was able to put 7 on the board. Just a minute and a half into this one. 4 wide set. Ellis flushed out of the pocket, stepping up, and he's not going to get away. Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. May have lost a yard there as that pocket collapsed very quickly.
Yeah, good job there by Michael Ebal. Really timed that snap well. Looked like he was just a hair. Could have been offsides, but the refs do not call it there. But good pressure by your senior there to get some pressure on Colin Ellis in the backfield, pulling down.
So now a 3rd and long here for the Huskies. Make it 8 to go here to pick up the first. Ellis feeling some heat, fires out to the far side of the field, led his man just a bit too much. A diving effort from Price, but he's unable to hang on, and that's going to be a 3 and out for Ashe County.
Tough start for the Huskies after the great kick return. Defense right back onto the field, and they'll certainly hope to do a better job than they did on their first drive. Try to slow down this Pioneer offense.
So we talk about the rivalry matchup between these two schools. You know, Watauga leads the all-time series in a big way, but these last 3 years, it's been very close. Last 3 games between these two squads have been decided by a total of 11 points.
Yeah, that also included an overtime game, so these two teams, you know, the school size a little bit different with Watauga being a 4A program, but nonetheless, Ashe and Watauga really having some battles the last few years.
McNeil's punt goes out at the 22, they mark it. That's where the Watauga Pioneers will come back onto the field. 1st down and 10 as they start the 2nd drive, looking to end it the way they did the first, and that's by putting up a big 7 on the board. 8:57 as this Pioneer offense comes back onto the field once again. As we see Ebal stretch it out a little bit there. He's a big target for quarterback Aaron Dobbins. Motion to the left with Critcher, and they'll go that way. Tripped up, though, was Suggs. Still able to pick up about 2 or 3 yards on the 1st down carry. We know Coach Hobbick's been here now 3 years, really getting his system instilled in this Watauga team. I know he's glad to see some points coming via the offense, as that offense has only scored 13 points in the last 2 games against Ashe County.
Yeah, and 7 here in the first couple of minutes of action. As you said, Coach Hobbick certainly pleased with that, and hopefully for Ashe, though, they can adjust to that quick score they gave up and make things a little bit tougher on the visiting team.
Call it a gain of 4, brings up 2nd down and 6. 2 men in motion, that's going to get a flag drawn, so this play will be null and void. Can't have 2 men in motion at this level.
Yeah, it looks like an easy flag call there. The flag has come out quickly from multiple officials there. Certainly Watauga going to regret that little miscue there.
That's something that we'll have to keep an eye on, too. Some miscues early. We saw Watauga get flagged for some penalties last week as well. They actually had 2 touchdowns called back early on, and what ended up being non-factor in that matchup as they rolled over Alexander Central, but still, you don't like to see points being taken off the board due to penalties.
And as the competition gets a little tougher in conference play, those penalties could mean a whole lot more than just a couple points off the board in a blowout early season win.
So that'll push him back, brings it to 2nd down and 11 after the penalty. Dobbins hands this one off on the option. Suggs carries it forward. going to pick up about 6 yards.
Brought down by number 5 for the Huskies, Jake Richardson. Ball now on the
Jake Richardson making the
line,
tackle for the Ashe County Huskies. So
and
another third down situation. We'll call it 5 to go for Watauga. They scored on a 3rd and 7 last drive. Huskies will look to get a big stop here early. Something that Alexander Central could not do against the Pioneers last week. Dobbins drops back. He's going to air this one out. Nice catch over there is made by Michael Ebaugh. He has the first down and then some, rolling over a couple of defenders out close to midfield.
And tough break there for Ashe. Just played way too far off of Ebaugh. Made the easy catch and then turned it upfield for some yards. Looked like it might have been Tristan Jones back there, able to make up some ground from his linebacker spot, get the tackle.
When we talk about the difference in offenses, certainly contrasting styles. Last week, that's a rare completion there for Dobbins. He was just 3 for 6 last week throwing, only threw for 46 yards, and also had an interception. But there we see a nice completion early to the big target, Michael Ebaugh. Fresh set of downs at the Pioneer 49. Man in motion, Dobbins rolling out here to the near side, and this pass is also completed inside the 40 and all the way down to about the 30-yard line. How about that, Nate? A quick 2 for 2 for QB Aaron Dobbins.
And Dobbins really getting into a rhythm early. Not something you want to see as a Husky fan. They really get, if they get the passing attack going with this rushing game, it could be a really long night for the home team.
So mark it down at the Husky 31-yard line as Watauga's quickly into Ashe County territory once again. Now inside of 6.5 minutes. Lining up on the right hash. This time the reverse handoff. And this one's going nowhere. Nice job there by the Huskies holding their ground.
First time tonight we've really seen the Ashe D-line have their way with Watauga up front, and it pays off. Looks like it might be a no gain there. Can't really tell from here, but certainly a good stop by the Huskies.
Called a gain of about 1. Brings up 2nd down and 9 for the Pioneers. Already Nate showing what something Coach Hobbick certainly wants them to do, and that is control this time of possession.
Yeah, really eating away at the clock early here in the first. And when you run the ball that much, obviously it's exactly what you want to do. And if you can follow that game plan and keep your opponent off the field, especially an explosive offense like the Huskies.
And there is another pass completion. Fires it out there to the left side. Elijah Temple coming up with a nice catch.
Tackled by number 88, Simon Howe for the Huskies. That'll bring it up near the first down marker. Still shy of about
bring up
3
about
yards.
a third down. 3 yards, they'll spot it. So another 3rd down situation. Can the Huskies stop this Pioneers offense? So far they're 2 for 2 on 3rd downs. And there's the option. Nice toss to the outside. Critcher's got some open space, and he's going to be forced out of bounds, but not before he picks up another first down and brings it up a 1st down and goal now for Watauga.
And Watauga really caught the Huskies off guard with that option play. Looked like everybody thought that was going up the middle there to Suggs, but instead the pitch goes to the outside. Easy 1st down.
Excuse me, I thought he got it there inside the 10. They're going to mark him back, said he stepped out at the 13-yard line. Still a 1st down for Watauga, 10 yards to go. Temple in motion. Handoff goes up the middle, though. Suggs takes it all the way down to about the 5-yard line. Tackles made by Chris Rowland for Ashe County.
Flag on that play.
And we do see a flag. Looks like this one's going to be against the Watauga Pioneers.
And a false start penalty against Watauga.
A little antsy up front, I believe. That's going to mark them back.
That'll be after the 5-yard penalty. It'll now be a
5-yard penalty makes it 1st down and 15, so maybe a break here for this Husky defense.
Yeah, anything that can help push Watauga back at this point, Ashe will certainly take it.
Under 4.5 to go in this first period. This Ashe County defense has been on the field a while already.
Yeah, something Coach Hampton really probably not happy to see, but hoping that they can put that bend but don't break attitude together on this drive.
And another handoff goes to Suggs. He's down to the 10 before a gang of Huskies pile him up. And there we see another flag fly on the field. And Sam Hudler may have said a few choice words there right in front of the official.
Yeah, looks like his teammates trying to calm him down there in the defensive backfield. No official word yet from the ref. Here we go.
There you see personal foul. It's going to be some unsportsmanlike conduct, I believe, against the Huskies.
Penalty called against the Huskies will result in the ball being moved half the distance to the goal.
So half the distance to the goal. Puts it down to about the 5-yard line now. And it'll be first and goal for Watauga there, deep in Husky territory now. And there we see a timeout called by Coach Hampton. This will be a Littles Health and Fitness Center timeout. Littles Health and Fitness in West Jefferson reminding you to take time out of your day, get active, visit them on Radio Hill in West Jefferson, Littles Health and Fitness. So Nate, Coach Hampton here having a little powwow early on with his team. What do you think he's telling his defense right now?
He's probably telling them, try to wake up here. It's been all Pioneers in the first quarter, and certainly not what the defensive staff had in mind to start this game. And Ashe, though, has a chance here to try to keep the Pioneers out of the end zone. But Coach Hampton really needed this timeout to, maybe give some of the starters a break out there that have, really had been on the field all but, 3 or 4 plays today. So certainly not the way Coach Hampton wanted to start this ball game.
Certainly not an easy task, as we saw Watauga go for over 500 yards last week. 506 to be exact against Alexander Central, a bigger team, but Watauga made it look easy on offense, racking up 461 yards on the ground. And they're rolling early here tonight, so it's first and goal, 4:07 left in the first quarter. Watauga already up 7-0, looking to add on to it. Stretching forward and getting across the plane is Evan Suggs.
And that carry by Suggs.
Nice job there. Are they going to say he was in? I believe they do. Still waiting for an official signal here. It was the knee down, though, before he crossed the goal line. The ball crossed the plane.
Looked like the official at the top of the field said he was down before the goal line, but here at the bottom of the field, the ref signaled touchdown pretty immediately. So we'll see. Looks like the outside official won this battle.
So inches from crossing the plane. It's second down and goal now from inside the 1. Motion left, going that way. Dobbins keeps it himself, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pioneers.
Yeah, just too easy right there. You've got a big quarterback out there. Dobbins listed at 6'4", 225, so certainly a huge kid in the backfield. If you can just take it and get a yard, might as well do it. And Watauga up 2 scores here early on Ashe.
We see there on the Mountain Outfitters replay, nothing too fancy, just takes it in there, goes untouched before he gets into the end zone. Stop by Mountain Outfitters in downtown West Jefferson. You can grab yourself a GoPro and get great shots just like that one you saw, as well as everything for your outdoor needs. As we see the extra point attempt up and good from Riley Critcher, make it a full 2 scores now. It's all Watauga here early at the 3:45 mark, Nate, 14-0, making it look easy on offense.
That rushing attack really living up to exactly how it was billed, especially coming off of last week's performance. And so far, Huskies no answer right now for the ground game of Watauga. We'll see if they can really batten down the hatches here. At least, maybe they can put a drive together here in the end of the first quarter to give those guys a little bit of a breather.
And there you have the Ashe County Ford drive to the end zone. 11 plays, 78 yards, capped off by the 1-yard plunge on the QB keep by Aaron Dobbins. Well, they really milked a lot of clock that time too, Nate.
Yeah, took it down inside 4 minutes left in the quarter. And exactly what Coach Hobbick wanted to do, just really putting the ball control game in the hands of his quarterback in the rushing game. And so far, just working to perfection for the Pioneers.
So we'll see Critcher come on after the PAT to kick this one away. After another Watauga score, 14-0 in the early going. And he'll back up and boot this one away. Neal and Price back deep to return for the Ashe County Huskies. And mishandled a bit, but Price regains control. Dodging some defenders. Can't get away from that one, though, and wrapped up and slung to the ground, and there is a call on the late hit. Can't be doing that.
Yeah, it looked to be certainly 2 or 3 yards out of bounds there. A no doubt call, and especially between two rivals like this, the officials, if it's close, they're probably going to call it tonight. They know that these two teams definitely don't like each other. The students certainly don't either, so it should be an interesting evening.
Always great to see the Border County rivalry renewed. Especially the way these two teams have gone at it the past 3 years.
Yeah, it's been more competitive the last few years, and both of these teams taking to social media a little bit, as we've seen the last couple years, and talking some smack back and forth. It's been pretty fun to watch it from the outside.
Now we see a handoff this time from the Husky air raid offense, but the ball comes loose. Watauga says they've got the possession, and they do. So, man, not the way Ashe County wanted to come back and start this drive, trying to respond from another touchdown score from the Pioneers.
Yeah, it looks like last week's second half hangover against North Surrey just carrying over into tonight. The offense really struggling in there. Just one play into that drive, and it's already over. So, not what Coach Hampton wanted, certainly not what the key defensive starters wanted either, as they're right back on the field and giving Watauga a pretty short field considering the drive they just reeled off.
That's what I was going to say. They don't need any help, and they're going to start from the Husky 41-yard line. This Ashe County defense already back to work. Now Dobbins dropping back, pump fakes. He's looking for everything on the left side, but cannot hook up with his intended receiver on that far left side. He had to step on the defenders there.
He did. He was wide open, and something you won't see too much. Aaron Dobbins just missing a pass there. His man looked like it might have been Elijah Temple out there. He was wide open, and Dobbins just overthrew it.
So after the incompletion, we'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Pioneers. Seeing Watauga look deep there for really the first time tonight via the air. Something we didn't see at all last week. Really, against Alexander Central, only 6 pass attempts. Now Critcher going out left. Here's a reverse handoff. Look at the moves here. Still on his feet inside the 30 is Suggs. He's looking for the 10-yard line, not quite there. Excuse me, that's actually Corey West with the carry.
Corey West there, all 5'7", 160 pounds of him, takes the counter handoff and just scoots down the sideline. This Ashe defense really trying to figure out what all's going on, but part of that will come back at least. Looks like the refs have flagged a block in the back there. So a good break there for the Huskies. Downfield for Watauga, illegal block.
Yeah, I didn't even see the flag there, Nate. Good eye. Like you said, the Huskies will take all the help they can get. Got to try to limit these big plays. Almost let one slip away there.
Block in the back penalty on that.
So the block in the back will negate the big run. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 6 after the penalty yards were marked off. They're still well into Husky territory on the 36-yard line. One thing Ashe has to be leery of is this halfback dive. Now we'll see the rollout to the far side. Dobbins airing it out deep. The catch is made in coverage, and I tell you what, that was a remarkable catch right there at the 5-yard line.
It looked like we went right back to Corey West. And how about the coverage there? You got to give Matthew Greer some props there. He was right there, but just an absolute perfect throw. If that throw is the least bit underthrown, it's picked off. But there, Dobbins just right on the spot, gives Watauga a 1st and goal.
So they're actually going to mark it back at the 7. Still, 1st down and goal. Only 7 yards separating the Pioneers in that end zone. That Husky defense got to try to step up, make a big play here. And referee blowing the whistle here, stopping the clock. There's some faulty equipment there on the part of E-ball, looks like. So we'll get Temple into the game in place of E-ball. And we're back at it here, 1st and goal. Critcher motioning out to the left, wide. Reverse handoff. West tripped up, spins down. He's inside the 5.
Number 12, Corey West, stopped by number 25, Sam Henson.
Sam Henson making a nice tackle there for Ashe County.
For Watauga with goal to go.
So it'll be 2nd and goal now from the 4. Approaching the 2-minute mark now. As Watauga's milking this clock again on another successful drive. Here's the handoff to the right side. Suggs refusing to go down, taking 2 or 3 Huskies with him, and he's very close to another touchdown.
Suggs on that carry, stopped by a host of Husky defenders, but shy of the goal line. Watauga will have the ball on the 1-yard
So
line.
inside the 1 again.
3rd down.
3rd and goal. Watauga smelling that end zone once again. You give it to hands of your quarterback, or you let him hand this one off, Nate.
I tell you, he's got so many weapons, it's just going to be tough to stop a yard out.
And he keeps it himself and goes into the end zone once again. Another touchdown for Aaron Dobbins and the Watauga Pioneers.
And that play definitely looked familiar, pretty much the exact play they ran the last time they needed a yard at the 1-yard line. And Watauga up big here early, really trying to make people forget about what happened last season as they put 20 points here up on Ashe all in the first quarter. A little over a minute left, and Ashe certainly reeling from what they've been dealt early on. Hopefully they can at least get a little bit of a drive started here after this extra point.
And the extra point attempt is up, and it's good. 21-0 is where we stand now at the 1:15 mark as we take a look at that Ashe County Ford drive to the end zone. Another impressive drive. Watauga right now, Nate, just really getting what they want on the ground and through the air as well, mixing up the play calls very nicely.
The Huskies having a hard time dealing with this Pioneer offense. A little bit more mix and match than what we saw against Alexander Central from the Pioneers, mixing in the pass nicely. And that may stem from what some of their coaches saw last week with the Huskies against North Surrey. North Surrey really had their way tossing the ball downfield against Ashe, and so far tonight Aaron Dobbins doing the same. But it's been the ground attack that's found the end zone 3 times. So when it really matters, they're going right back to the staple of that offense.
Yeah, we've seen Suggs get back into the end zone, Dobbins twice. Dobbins, we've talked about at his size, he's not your average quarterback here in high school.
Yeah, he's certainly at elite size for a lot of quarterbacks that you look for at the college level. You'll see a lot of kids his size, 6'4", 220. That's a big guy quarterback, and certainly Watauga blessed to have a kid that big able to play the most important position on the field.
Critcher fakes the first time, and he'll back up and boot it away deep. Here's the kickoff on the near side, fielded by Judd Price. Short kick there. He's out across the 40, the 50. He's into open field here, Nate. Are they going to catch him? 10-5, and no flags on the field. Touchdown, Huskies.
Great speed there from Judd Price. He's excited. That's his first varsity touchdown, I believe. And right there, surprised by that kick. Short and low, and Price really caught it on the run. And Watauga actually no answer there, especially on the tackling end. Judd hardly got touched out there.
72 yards, you said virtually untouched on the kickoff return. Maybe that's just the shot in the arm that the Huskies need here.
Yeah, they really needed something. That doesn't give the defense much of a break, but still 7 points, or hopefully 7 points here if Kendall can boot this extra point. But either way, really needed that touchdown.
As you said, Kendall Richardson on for the PAT. Snap, the hold, the kick is up right down Broadway, so the Huskies finally get on the scoreboard here at the 1:04 mark. As we said, maybe that's the shot in the arm that the Ashe County Huskies need to get rolling as we take a look at that Ashe County Ford drive to the end zone. One play, not an official offensive play, but all it took there was a few seconds off the clock. 72-yard kickoff return by Judd Price, Nate, and a great job there, as you mentioned, his first time finding the end zone at the high school level.
And we see another key weapon to this offense really getting a chance to shine in the second game of the year. Judd Price absolutely blistering down the sideline. Watauga had no answer on that kick coverage unit.
So we hear the air raid horn going off. this Ashe County crowd coming back to life now. At the 104 mark, it's 21-7. Watauga still in control of this game, but I like seeing the Huskies getting those points up on the board. Near the end of this first period, hopefully can get momentum back in their favor with that kickoff return.
Yeah, now if the defense can go out there and get a stop, that would really keep the momentum on Ashe's sideline. And Coach Hampton has to be pleased with the turnaround here, and hopefully the defense can follow suit and get a stop.
Man, what a boot there from Kendall Richardson. No return chance here as that one goes into the end zone. They'll have to settle for a touchback. And Watauga will come onto the field 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Yeah, we talk about Watauga having a real weapon at quarterback. And how about Ashe, a real weapon at kicker? You don't see a whole lot of touchbacks at the high school level. That's at least, I believe he had 2 last week against North Surrey. So Kendall Richardson, a big-time weapon on the kickoff unit. Anytime he can reach the end zone, I mean, you're going to make the offense go 80 yards on you. So that's a nice weapon to have.
So 1st and 10 for this Pioneers offense in their own 20. They'll have a long field to work with this time. There's the handoff straight up the gut. Still fighting are the Huskies. Knock him down early, but we do see a flag fly.
Stopped by Sam Henson, but a flag on the play.
Not sure where this one's going to be called at.
Looks like it's going to be another personal foul penalty, but this one may go against Watauga. Initial symbol was a after the play foul.
And you called it, Nate. Maybe things getting a little chippy there between these two teams in the early going.
And that's the 3rd personal foul call here of the quarter between both teams. So certainly the officials understand this is a rivalry and trying to keep things calm out there, as calm as they can.
So that'll back them up to the 11-yard line. 1st down and 19. It's got a little more difficult here for Watauga starting off this 4th drive of the night. Dobbins dropping back. He's throwing quickly. Oh, overthrows his man, Ebaugh. And it's hard to overthrow him, but he sure did right there.
Yeah, he's another big weapon out there, 6'4", 205. And certainly you don't see many people overthrow him, but right there, Dobbins a little bit too much on that pass. May not have went for a whole lot, but still could a few yards here and there could be the difference. Watauga still backed up deep, 2nd and 19.
This Husky defense looking to force Watauga to punt the ball here for the first time tonight. Looking to get off the field, most importantly. They'll welcome this break in between 1st and 2nd period as we're down to 38 seconds now and rolling as we see rolling out Aaron Dobbins. This pass is caught and complete and up near the 1st down marker. I believe they're going to give it to him.
And pass completed to number 12, Corey
That's going to be Corey West with another reception.
And big throw there, right on the money from Dobbins, and he makes it look easy, picking up 19 yards on that throw.
So they do move the chains, 1st down. Watauga, so 2nd and 19. They get those 19 and move the chains again. Boy, that's a backbreaker here for the Huskies.
Just tough to cover downfield. So many weapons that the Pioneers have, and Dobbins just a perfect throw on the money.
Back on the ball is Dobbins. This time he'll hand it up right up the gut. Look at those legs still moving them forward as Evan Suggs refusing to go down.
Looked like Matthew Greer there from his safety position had to finish off the hit, but looked like Suggs dragging 3 or 4 Husky players there.
About 9 yards on that play for Watauga. It'll be a 2nd and 1.
So he picks up 9 on the 1st down carry, as this will likely be the last play in the 1st period. And indeed it will be. The 1st quarter comes to a close. And as of now, it's all Watauga, 21-7. Here on Sky Zone HD, Channel 1, another edition of Friday Night Football. See if the Huskies can get a stop here on defense. They're trailing early in this one by 2 scores. We'll be back with 2nd quarter action on Sky Zone HD, Channel 1.
When it comes to insuring your home, business, automobiles, and property, you want an agency you can depend on. Miller Insurance has been serving this region for more than 60 years and are proud to now represent Everett Cash Mutual, which specializes in insuring farm property, equipment, livestock, and more. Before you renew your insurance policies, give us a call at 336-246-7151 or come see us in downtown West Jefferson. Miller Insurance is proud to be your hometown insurance agency that supports our hometown teams.
Little's Health and Fitness began in 1981. We are a 24/7, full-service, family-friendly fitness center with the finest equipment from Life Fitness, Hammer Strength, and Body Masters, as well as a great staff to help you get started. We have a 22-piece cardio area, so waiting is rarely a problem. We offer group classes for all levels, an extensive array of weights and machines, perfect for the beginner to advanced. We also have meal replacement shakes, tanning, dressing rooms with private showers, personal trainers, and child care is also available.
And we're back at Husky Stadium for Friday Night Football on Sky Zone Sports here on Sky Zone HD Channel 1. Taking a look there at the Miller Insurance scoreboard. Glad to have them back on board, sponsoring Husky football. Proud to serve the high country. Check out Miller Insurance, located in downtown West Jefferson, serving all your insurance needs. Back to the action. Here we go quickly. 2nd down and 1. Watauga on offense, dropping back. Airing it out deep on the far side, but incomplete, just a few steps out in front of Temple. One of the few incompletions we've seen from Dobbins here tonight. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1. Nate, we always talk about 2nd down in short situations. Not a bad idea to go deep.
Yeah, really, 2nd and 1, that's pretty much bread and butter for Watauga, the way they've been playing. So not surprised there to see Dobbins air it out, go for the big play, but Garrett Miller, pretty good coverage on Elijah Temple, but the pass a little bit overthrown. Now we got 3rd and 1. Wouldn't be surprised to see him just hand it off right up the middle.
And there is the handoff to Suggs up the middle. Didn't get much, but got the 2 yards to move those chains once again. And I tell you what, the Huskies just can't buy a stop on defense here in the early going.
Yeah, Suggs listed at 5'11", 180. Certainly not a big back, but really just proven to be tough for the Huskies to bring down. It was tough last week for Alexander Central to bring down as well. Just keeps those legs churning, always getting positive yards.
So a fresh set of downs for Watauga, working it right to left as the team switched sides after the first period. Up 21-7, starting on offense this 2nd quarter. And this time Dobbins going to keep it himself. Nice keep on the option. And he's going to get out there to about the 48-yard line. Not a bad pickup on the QB keep.
So they got about 7 yards there. Gotta love that when your quarterback will just plow ahead and get 7 yards right off the bat. Keep the defense honest. I mean, if you hand it off every play to your lead rusher, eventually the defense will slow it down. But you know, Watauga's really, they've thrown the option pitch out there. They've thrown the keeper out there. So really keeping the Huskies on their heels defensively.
Called a gain of 6, brings up 2nd and 4. Here's the reverse handoff to Suggs, and he's going to be right there at the 1st down marker, depending on where they spot it. If that'll move the chains, and say move them on, 1st down.
And that carry puts them back into Husky territory. Seems like they've spent about the whole evening there, unfortunately for Ashe.
Talk about this Watauga offense right now. You know, they're not used to getting these carries for 7-8 yards on 1st down. They're just hoping to kind of nickel and dime you, but boy, things really opening up for them on the ground game tonight. There's the handoff to the fullback again. Suggs, he can scoot. Oh, excuse me, no, faked me out, Nate. That pitch went to the outside that time, but still going to be enough to get right there around the 1st down.
Yeah, their offense has us on our heels up here, so can't imagine how it is on the field. We've got a pretty good view of the whole area, and kind of lost track of where the ball was on that one.
So just shy of the 1st down. 2nd down and 1. Ball on the Husky 39-yard line. This Watauga offense had it going against Alexander Central. It's carried over here to tonight thus far. And here's Dobbins rolling out again, throwing this one down the middle. Hits his man in stride, turning it on, and he's into red zone territory down inside the 15-yard line. That's Evan Suggs coming up with a nice catch out of the backfield.
And really just drawing up a great offensive game plan tonight. Pioneers loving everything they're seeing, and right there Dobbins just sets and throws a laser, and a perfect throw there, and will set up the Pioneers deep in Ashe territory once again.
Tell you what, the big QB, I think he's liking playing against this Ashe County Husky squad.
Yeah, he may have wanted to make a little bit of a statement here, especially not having a chance to play against them. I believe he spent his freshman year on JV, but the last two just hasn't been able to play against the Huskies. So, you know, he really wanted this one tonight.
1st and 10 now. Ball spotted on the 13-yard line. There's the handoff, looking for the edge is West, and can he get there? Yes, and he's close to having the first down.
West with that carry across the end of the around the end of the line, he's able to bring the ball down near the 5-yard line.
So a nice run there by the junior running back. Spot him about a yard shy of the first down. Boy, he was quick to the edge on that burst.
Yeah, another weapon out of the backfield. That reverse play, that reverse handoff, really keeping the Huskies honest on the outside as well. They can't just prepare for a quarterback or Suggs up the middle. They also have to watch the boundary.
Second down and 1, ball on the 3-yard line. Watauga already up 21-7 on Ashe. There's that dive play. Oh, keeps it himself, and man, not the best situation there for Dobbins. Should have handed that one up the gut. Suggs would have basically rolled into the end zone. That time the wrong choice is made by Dobbins, keeps it himself. He pays the price.
Yeah, Ashe read that one nicely as well. Looked like we saw Kendall Richardson and Colton Miller out there able to flush out that play and able to knock Watauga back for a loss. Maybe one of the few times we've been able to do that tonight.
Make it a little more interesting here. Brings up 3rd down and 5 inside of 9 minutes in the second period tonight. Ashe still looking for their first stop on defense. See if they can get it here on this drive. Here's the handoff to the near side, getting the edge once again and racing toward the end zone. Number 5, Hamilton Castle. How about another weapon out of this Watauga backfield?
It looked like the first time he's been on the field all night long, and you know he's wasn't even listed on our roster here to start the game. So. Tremendous play there from Hamilton Castle. And how about Watauga really just clicking on all cylinders? And I believe that's the 4th rushing touchdown of the night.
27-7. We'll see sort of this muddle huddle. Never know when they're going to go for the 2-point conversion.
The old swinging gate.
They will back up, though, to kick. So we see Critcher setting up. Snap, hold, kick, good. So a full 3-score lead once again for Watauga as they're piling it on now 28-7 at the 8:44 mark in this one. As we take a look at another Ashe County Ford drive to the end zone. How about that one, Nate? 12 plays, 80 yards, capped off by that 8-yard run by Hamilton Castle.
Yeah, Coach Hobbick really probably could not ask for a better way to start this game. Just absolutely pounding the ball against Ashe on the ground. And even finding some good rhythm through the air with Dobbins, a real weapon to have your quarterback able to run and throw as well as he does.
So now we'll get a chance to see this Ashe County offense, see if they can sustain a drive. I believe what we only saw them get 4 plays on offense in that entire first period.
Yeah, and thankfully we did get the kick return for a touchdown, or this game would be well on the way to being, or it could be a blowout.
Yeah, really, not for the special teams touchdown there when the return from Judd Price. This Ashe County, or excuse me, this Watauga defense is pitching a shutout so far. 28-7 as we see Critcher gonna back up again and boot this one off. He's been a busy man tonight with these PATs and kickoffs. Now they decide to boot this one deep. And we'll see Hudler try to return this one. Trying to get to the edge on the near side. Lowers the shoulder, unloads the boom there, but he gets out to about the 22-yard line. Not a bad return there from the senior.
I couldn't quite tell there who took that hit, but we saw Sam Hudler dip that shoulder down and try to get a couple extra yards, and really wanted to make the tackler pay for that one.
They paid the price for making the stop indeed. We'll see this Husky offense set up shop 1st and 10 on their own 22 at the 8:34 mark. Ellis back in the gun, fires it out to the far side and short, looking in the way of Mason McNeil.
McNeil open there, the throw just a little bit short of the target. Bring up a second down.
And you got to think for Colin Ellis, he's got a lot of potential and a lot of talent. I think it's a little bit of nerves right now here, still early in this game and in his career as the starting quarterback for this Husky offense.
And being the first real rivalry game he's had to suit up with under center, so a little nerves here for sure, and just the fact the offense really haven't had the plays or the time to be able to get into rhythm at all. So looking a little rough now, but if anybody can figure it out, this Husky team certainly can.
As we see trips to the left, stepping up, firing it out there to Judd Price in the short catch, and look at him turning it on afterwards and gets it up there at the 29, 30-yard line.
Price looking to be a really nice weapon here for Ashe. Had a little bit of a coming-out party last week, a couple catches against the Greyhounds, but tonight we saw the kick return score and a nice little move there. Took a short throw, ended up getting about 8 yards out of it.
From the 31-yard line.
Third down, and they'll call it a long one.
Everybody clap your hands.
As this Husky offense looking to get their first down of the night. They're going four wides. We see trips to the near side, and Ellis going to keep it himself, tucks it away, and he is going to pick up the first down for the Huskies.
And good job there by Colin. As we talked about last week, a whole new weapon offensively. Maybe the best athlete on the field, just great quickness and acceleration. And right there, he can really run with the ball. And Coach Hampton said multiple times he hopes that if the play breaks down and Colin sees a running lane, just to take it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's something Coach Hampton would like to see Ellis take advantage of a little bit more often. It's his quick speed. So a first down, ball at the 35. He's dropping back. Pocket closing on him quickly, slips away from one would-be tackler, now fires it on the near side, and just out of the reach there. I believe he got a hand on it, diving Sky Sullivan.
Yeah, he did get one hand on it there. Good effort there from your running back out of the backfield, and great job by Ellis to escape that sack. Could have made things a lot worse if he'd have got pulled down that far in the backfield, but able to almost make a really nice play out of that.
Yeah, great job extending that play, and nearly was able to throw a complete pass to Sullivan, but nice coverage there. Got to give some credit to Evan Suggs. Not only can he do it out of the backfield on offense, brought him some nice coverage there on defense as well. After the incompletion brings up second down and 10 for the Huskies. Sticking with this four-wide set, Ellis looking to the far side, and this one is over the head of Grant Thompson. That's going to be picked off, and bringing it back, we see Critcher. Now he's inside the 30, still on his feet fighting off tacklers left and right. He's smelling the end zone all the way down inside the 10-yard line before he's finally wrapped up.
Yeah, tough throw there by Colin. Grant Thompson wide open, but the pass just sailed a little bit. And Critcher not only able to make the grab on the pick, but great run back and really setting Watauga up with some more tremendous field position. Something you really hate to see for Ashe.
Yeah, and hey, about that Husky offense, I know you may not be trained as well to do it, but you got to make a tackle after you give up the interception like that. A lot of guys just turning and watching there. They finally do chase him down. And it's going to be first and goal on the 9-yard line now for Watauga, as we see these guys already in the red zone territory starting off this drive.
Yeah, not what Ashe wanted to see at all. And credit there goes to Critcher. How about being the kicker as well? Just tremendous athleticism from that young man.
So at the 7:05 mark, we'll see this Watauga offense back on the field. Hand off to the outside. West. Turnover. And the Huskies were able to strip that one away. And boy, they catch a break right there.
How about Matthew Greer? Looked like he stripped it and recovered it as well. So great play from the Husky defense. Really had to have that if they went down 35-7. At this point in the game, you about had to call it over at this point. But Matthew Greer coming up with a big play, the junior safety, able to put the offense back on the field.
Yeah, Jake Richardson, he's fired up after that play, trying to get these fans to come back to life. And a great play like that could do just that. We saw the shot in the arm in the first period on the kickoff return for a touchdown from Judd Price. Maybe that'll give this Husky offense another shot that they need and try to get back in this ball game. As we see this offense quickly go back to work. Ellis feeling the pressure again. He's rolling out. Not going to be able to get rid of this one, though.
And Ellis brought down by number 3 for a top.
Michael Eball just showing off his athleticism once again. Watauga, a much bigger school than Ashe, but still, you know, they really want to play their best players out there. Their starting receiver lining up there at linebacker, able to come in there and get the sack.
Loss of a yard, they'll say. 2nd down and 11. Pocket collapsing again, but Ellis able to complete this one. Here's Judd Price showing off some moves, and he's out across the 30-yard line. 1st down, Huskies.
And Colin really finding another weapon to go to tonight. So far, Watauga doing a pretty good job on Mason McNeil, but you can't really cover them all, and Ashe finding ways to get Judd Price open.
It's hard to imagine any team really going with anything less than double coverage on him, although we saw North Surrey get away with it a lot last week, although he did have a huge game, 9 catches and 167 yards. Really got to think you'll see teams clamp down on him as the season progresses, the 2A preseason All-American receiver, All-State receiver. And there we see a pass here in the flat, and, nearly intercepted, in and out of the hands of Sullivan and the defender as well. Critcher nearly came up with another pick.
Yeah, it looked like Critcher right there at the right time, but it bounced just a little bit too far out of his way. Sullivan had a little bit of an issue with some drops last week, and looks like this week as well bites him there, but thankfully that one fell harmlessly to the ground.
After that one did bounce and hit the grass, bring up 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Ellis now, Nate, stepping up, making some better throws on this drive.
Yeah, looking a little bit more comfortable out there with those couple of completions to Price. He did have the one overthrow, but certainly looking like he's feeling a little bit better.
Look at this, going deep and nearly making the catch was Judd Price. Let him just a bit too much. He had his man open that time.
He was. Price looked like he got behind Corey West there, and he was open, but throw just a little bit too far out of bounds. Good effort there from Price, though, to try to reel that one in.
Well, I tell you, just a throw like that shows you that arm strength that Ellis has and the dangerous arm he has as well as his feet.
Yeah, Coach Hampton really bragged about him in the offseason, working hard, and we've seen a couple of games here early in the year. He's really learning how to throw that football.
So we'll try it again. 3rd down and 10, setting up a screen play on the far side. He lobs it up, nobody home.
Yeah, tough drawn-up screen there. Looked like Watauga had that one sniffed out pretty well. Got some good pressure on Ellis to add on to that, but unfortunately we'll have to see Ashe bring the punt team out here. Can't capitalize on that turnover.
So the drive stalls, as you mentioned, and McNeil's going to stay out there, but this time drops back to punt this one away, standing at his own 20. So on that 4th down and 10, ball on their own 34, Ashe will kick this one away. We'll see Watauga line up for the return. Feeling the heat, but gets this one off nicely. Will be fielded. No, the ball is dropped. And a battle for it on the bottom, and Ashe County comes up with it.
How about that great hustle? Looked like it might have been Hunter Argetsinger in there, really just diving for that ball. It looked like he did come up with it there. Big turnover for the Huskies.
And how about that, Nate? Just when you think they're dead again in the water, Ashe County comes up with another huge play on special teams this time, and they get the ball back.
Yeah, Coach Hobbit can't be pleased over on the sideline. Two straight possessions there ending in turnovers. Of course, the fumble deep in Ashe territory right there, just an absolute muff punt. And nothing to do there but just sit there and hope your defense can make amends for it.
So here comes the Huskies. 1st and 10 on the Watauga 24. Ellis rolling out, all kinds of time to throw. Threads the needle and gets it into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
And big change of momentum. Mason McNeil able to get open against 2 guys. And just the perfect toss right into the breadbasket, right there in the corner of the end zone. And Ashe cutting into their deficit. We'll see what they can do the rest of this half. Maybe try to get another stop or another turnover, see if they can keep cutting into this lead.
So he had 2 men behind him and through the hands of one would-be defender. And McNeil waiting on the other end of that pass. He knows what to do with that. Hangs on there for another touchdown. Richardson on for the PAT. Snap, the hold, the kick is up, but this one is no good.
Yeah, that was shanked off to the left there. Unfortunate for Kendall Richardson, but offense, they did their job on that play. Really cut into the Ashe deficit. 5:06 left here in the game, or in the half.
And we take a look there at that Forward drive to the end zone. One play's all it took after they capitalized on the miscue on the muffed punt return. 24-yard pass from Ellis to Mason McNeil, but we saw the extra point attempt from Richardson no good. Sort of shanked that one off to the left, but hey, Ashe County Huskies will take 6. That offense finally gets on the board, makes it a 2-possession game now at the 5:06 mark, 28-13. Maybe not the best what you'd like to see if you're an Ashe County fan, but hey, it's better than what it was just a couple of minutes ago, and nice to see that offense finally get some points up on the board for the Huskies.
Yeah, it's hopefully we can see our defense out here get a stop, and if they can't stop them, or they can force another turnover. But they could just even force a punt right here would be a huge win for the defense.
So that's got to be a big boost here. Capitalizing on a turnover. That defense, a few plays before that, were able to come up with a turnover on their own. As Matthew Greer got the strip, took it the other way. We've seen this defense get a stop. We've seen the offense get points on the board. Now can the Huskies string a few of these together as we see this kick go deep into the end zone for a touchback. So Watauga will come onto the field. 1st and 10. Now I believe they've thrown a flag now, and that's going to be offsides against the Huskies. So the great kick will be negated. Back it up 5 yards and re-kick this one now from the 35-yard line. So they'll line up again. (28-13) at the 5:06 mark. You're watching Friday Night Football on Sky Zone Sports. And here we see just a squib kick, but able to hang on to this one as the return man at the 41-yard line. So Ashe County trying to change it up a little bit.
And the short kick from Richardson goes to number 11, Tanner Bird.
Bird just able to fall on that one. It's a pretty good field position here for Watauga starting this drive from their own 42.
Yeah, tough break for Ashe with that penalty. Negated a good kick by Richardson instead. Watauga will have the ball here near midfield.
Dobbins setting up shop at this offense. Had scored on every drive until a turnover in their previous possession. See if the Huskies can get another stop. Going off to West on the outside, trying to find the edge, and he's going to pick up about 5 yards. Not a bad play there on 1st down.
That'll be good for a gain of about 4 on the play.
We'll call it a gain of 4. We're now inside of 5 minutes.
7-yard line.
Bring up 2nd down and 6 on the 46-yard line of Watauga. There's that halfback dive play. And Suggs battles his way forward and moves those chains again and gets into Husky territory.
Suggs on that carry stop by number 11.
Boy, Suggs is a load, Nate, out of that backfield. We saw him break away on a couple last week against Alexander Central, so great speed as well. His ability to just bowl over some guys. He ran for 291 yards last week.
Yeah, well on his way to another big game today. We saw that about 65, 66-yard run there in the first quarter. He's got to be over 100 yards by now, and more probably coming, unfortunately.
And looky there, mixing it up nicely on the play call, rolling out to the near side. Dobbins hooks up with his man deep downfield, Temple, and they're all the way to the 27-yard line of Ashe County.
And Ashe has got to feel a little hurt in the secondary with this. They've done a good job stopping E-Ball, their big 6'4" receiver. But the guys like Corey West, Elijah Temple, and even Suggs coming out of the backfield really hurting the Ashe secondary.
1st and 10 on the Husky 27. Watauga already up 28-13. Looking to add to it is so far so good on this drive. West motions out to the right. He'll be in the slot position and rolling that way. Throwing it to him is Dobbins, and he's got him all the way down about the 10-yard line, and that's going to set up 1st and goal.
And Corey West trying to make amends for that fumble earlier. There are 2 big receptions on this drive, and that one puts it down deep into the Ashe red zone.
Now on the 10-yard line with a first and goal.
First and goal, they'll spot it right on the 10.
3.5 minutes.
Boy, Ashe needs another fumble right here. Interception, something to get some momentum back on their side and get off the field.
Huskies need to come up with a stop of some kind. Hopefully, bend but don't break, always the motto.
Going to the air again, finding his man and fighting forward to the end zone, and he gets in. Touchdown, Riley Critcher, and this Watauga offense strikes again.
And Ashe just no answer right now for the Pioneers. That's going to be the 5th touchdown of the first half, and really just putting a beat down on the Huskies so far. Do have 2 full quarters left to play, but right now it's all Watauga.
So see here the swinging gate. And now they'll line up in a more traditional look to kick this one up for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick from Critcher is up, and it's good. 35-13 at the 3:01 mark as Watauga strikes yet again. Critcher's had a busy night here. He got into the end zone that time as we take a look at the Ashe County Ford drive to the end zone. 5 plays, 58 yards. And that scoring play, 10-yard pass from Dobbins to Critcher. There we see the first passing touchdown of the night and the season for the Watauga Pioneers. Don't see them throw it a lot, but they've been going to it fairly frequently, especially on the last 2 or 3 drives.
Ashe really struggling against the pass so far this season through a game and a half, but Dobbins certainly not the guy you want throwing the ball back there. Very good arm, very talented at that. Didn't throw it much against Alexander Central, as we said. They just had the rushing game going so well. But tonight, really a more balanced offense and giving the Huskies fits.
3:01, still plenty of time for the Huskies to try to get something going in this one, in this half, as well as the game. But you got to think it's got to come quickly, Nate, before this one gets too out of reach.
And with the air raid offense, Ashe still runs. Certainly could happen just like that, especially with guys like Mason McNeil and Judd Price out there as receivers. They've both shown tonight just great breakaway speed, both with a touchdown so far. And for Ashe, Colin Ellis has got a good arm, so he can certainly move it down the field.
But you're going to back up and boot this one deep, you would think. They probably want to keep it out of the hands of Judd Price at this point. And that one over the hands of Hudler. Thought he might have gotten a fingertip on that, but the referee disagrees. That one goes into the end zone for a touchback, and we'll see this Husky offense back onto the field. Looking to do what they did last time. That's cap it off with a touchdown. So they'll start from their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10. If you're the Husky offense here and Coach Hampton, what are you drawing up for him on this drive?
You're just going to try to move the ball downfield quick and efficient as you can. Certainly don't force any throws here. Don't make it worse on yourself than it already is, but try to get Colin in some decent rhythm here, maybe a couple short passes to get him going.
Here we see a short completion and then some. Look at these moves by Price. He's out across the 35-yard line. Ellis, nice job there, hitting him in stride there. We see, though, another flag going to fly. This one could be another personal foul call.
Yeah, it looked like Joe Price there might have been doing a little bit of barking after the catch there. Looked like they might have got him for another unsportsmanlike penalty. That'll be the 4th one tonight between both teams, and a 3rd one on Ashe, if that's what the call is. Still waiting for the signal, but that'll be a real tough blow there. That was a nice running catch there, but most of it will be erased if this is a 15-yarder.
And there you see it. It was after the play, so the catch will stand, then they'll mark it back afterwards, 15 yards.
That'll move the ball back to the 21-yard line after a 15-yard penalty.
So puts it at the 21-yard line at the 2:48 mark, where it will be 1st and 10. Play clock and game clock rolling. Ellis, all kinds of time, finds Price yet again, and he's out across the 40-yard line before he's drugged down. going to the well often right now that is Judd Price.
Yeah, Watauga proving they can't cover both big weapons Ashe throwing at them, so they're gonna play Price as best they can, but really just focus on not giving up the huge play to Mason McNeil. But right now, you pick up 15, 20 yards of throw, then Coach Hampton will certainly be pleased with that.
So a fresh set of downs across the 40-yard line. Ellis looking to the far side. And this one just out of the hands of Mason McNeil. You know he wishes he had another shot at that one.
Yeah, he tried to make a play on it. Looked like that pass a little bit too far out in front. Would have been some decent positive yards there for McNeil as he was able to get open. But instead it'll be 2nd down and 10, 2:17 left here in the half.
He's having to work hard to even get open tonight.
He is. They've really done a good job trying to slow him down. They've been using a couple of their better athletes, but as we saw on the last drive, Ellis able to thread one in there to him anyway.
This time Ellis going to step up, keep it himself, but Ebaw's there to greet him along with a few other defenders wrestling him down, but still able to pick up a couple yards of positive yardage there, but there is a flag on the play. So we'll see who this one's going to be thrown on. Yeah, it's going to be a face mask against Watauga.
Looks like the 15-yard variety there as well. That'll help Ashe quite a bit. Looking like a 1 or 2 yard gain there all of a sudden turns into 17 with the penalty.
So flip the field here, so to speak, puts it on Watauga''s 41-yard line where it's 1st and 10 for the Huskies. Inside of 2 minutes now. All Watauga, though, 35-13. Pressure's coming. Did he make the catch? A diving effort by Price, and no. I'm going to say he didn't hang on to it, and he's not going to argue with it. Tried to sell it at first. Nice job by Price once again, though.
And good effort laying out for that throw. Colin really getting some pressure there in the backfield, able to get that one off right on the line, but just a little bit too low for Judd to handle.
Makes it 2nd down and 10. Huskies chugging along on this drive. And here's the option keeper, Ellis, finding some room up the middle. He's down around the 35-yard line. Nice job on the option keep.
And that adds something to the offense we didn't really have last year. Connor Bowers, definitely not known to run the ball, and he did such a good job passing. They wanted to keep him standing upright, but right there, Colin, a whole different aspect to his game. Really a good athlete, adds that running attack in with his good arm.
Brings up 3rd down and 4. Watauga 35. Ellis dropping back, steps up, fires it across the middle. Boy, bit of a dangerous throw behind Thompson, and wasn't too far away from being an interception.
Yeah, it looked like that pass got tipped a little bit as well. We'll set up a key 4th down here. I'm sure Ashe will go for it. Down 35-13.
This could be a huge play here, Nate.
Yeah, they really need to cash in with this. And, of course, Coach Hampton going to try to draw something up over there. Certainly too long for a field goal at the high school level, but the offense will stay on the field.
There we see it. 4 wide. We'll see trips to the far side of the field. Ellis dropping back. He's looking in that direction. Airmailing this one, and has McNeil a perfect pass. 10-5, touchdown Huskies.
And once again, McNeil able to burn double coverage. How about that? Got behind Hamilton Castle. We saw him make a big catch in the first half for the Watauga Pioneers, but there got burned on defense by McNeil, and Ellis, absolute strike for the touchdown.
Yeah, how about that clutch throw from Ellis on a 4th down and 4, and he looks much deeper than the 4 yards, all the way inside the 5 where McNeil caught it, and then he knows what to do. He got the separation he needed, takes it in for a touchdown. So Ashe able to strike again, 35-19, just under a minute to go. Richardson on for the extra point attempt. This one is up, and no good once again. So some rare misses here from Kendall Richardson.
2 extra point misses in a row. You hardly ever see that from him. He's been usually Mr. Automatic, but tonight a couple of missed extra points. And hopefully those don't loom too key down the stretch, but Once again, the Husky offense does its job, able to put 6 on the board, and just a nice drive overall from the Huskies. 6 plays, 80 yards. Of course, how about that 4th down throw from Ellis to McNeil right on the line for the 35-yard score.
Yeah, nice job from both Ellis and McNeil on the receiving end of that one, but just a dart from Colin Ellis, putting it right on cue, hitting his man in stride inside the 10-yard line, getting it all the way in for a 35-yard touchdown. They'll take the points, makes it 35-19, 57.8 seconds left here in the half. So Ashe County gets it to a 2-possession game, although a full one at 16-point deficit right now. Staying alive, though, are the Huskies. And got to remember, too, they're going to get the ball coming out of the half. See what Watauga does here. Booming kick downfield, but this one actually goes off to the right side, out of bounds. So the flag comes out, and that's going to give Watauga great field position here again if they choose to try to get some more points here before the half.
Yeah, tough night kicking the ball for Kendall Richardson. Just a couple extra points in there. That kick will go out of bounds and give Watauga pretty good field position.
So Watauga comes out now after the kick rolled out of bounds at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10, 57.8 seconds. Leading this one 35-19. Handoff up the middle goes to Suggs. He'll fall forward. Picks up about 3 or 4 yards on the first down play. Looks like Watauga will be satisfied with this big lead going into the half, so they just let that clock keep on rolling. Closing in on the 30-second mark now. West in motion. Dobbins rolls out that way, and in and out of the hands of one receiver and 2.
It looked like 2 guys could have had a chance at that one, but like Critcher and West there both could have pulled that one in, but fortunately for Ashe, it falls incomplete.
So that'll stop the clock with 23.4 seconds, bring up a 3rd and 6. See what Watauga chooses to go with here. Just a few seconds remain before they'll head to the locker rooms for the halftime break. Reverse handoff goes to West, and he falls forward short of the first down, though. And that will most likely be the final play here of the first half.
Brings it up near the first down mark. Will now be a 4th down.
The 4th down situation, but clock rolling down to 3, 2, and 1. And that is how we will end the first half of play here from Husky Stadium. It's the home opener for Ashe County, but they've got to find some answers here, Nate. They find themselves on the short end of a 35-19 score.
Yeah, defense really needs to pitch a shutout here in the second half if they want to try to steal this one at home. But so far, Watauga offense just proven to be way too much for the Huskies.
So we'll see if the answers are found by the Huskies. We know Coach Hampton's going to try to get these guys fired up for the second half. We'll give it up now here at Ashe County High School to the halftime entertainment. You're watching Friday Night Football. You're on Sky Zone HD Channel 1 on Sky Zone Sports. We'll be back with second half action right after these messages in the halftime show from Ashe County High School. Ashe County Ford here. It's time to make the switch to Ashe County Ford. With $1,000 trade-in cash available, the time is now. Make the switch and save up to $9,500 off the 14 F-150s. Take a break. Come in and see the new redesigned 2015 F-150. With an all-aluminum body and tons of new features, Ford has done it again. Come see why Ashe County Ford sold the most certified pre-owned Fords in the region last year. With 100,000 miles powertrain warranty, 24-hour roadside assistance, and low rates, you can't go wrong. Ashe County Ford. We don't just sell you a car, we make you a friend for life.
When it comes to insuring your home, business, automobiles, and property, you want an agency you can depend on. Miller Insurance has been serving this region for more than 60 years and are proud to now represent Everett Cash Mutual, which specializes in insuring farm property, equipment, livestock, and more. Before you renew your insurance policies, give us a call at 336-246-7151 or come see us in downtown West Jefferson. Miller Insurance is proud to be your hometown insurance agency that supports our hometown teams.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the center of the field for tonight's halftime entertainment, featuring the 2015 Husky Vanguard Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Director Zach Fulbright. Tonight the band will be performing Flintstones and Scooby-Doo, two numbers from their year's Field Award-winning field show entitled Sibling Rivalry. The field's under the command of drum majors Dakota Little and Journey Ward. Tonight you'll witness the first two episodes in an exciting television series in an upcoming marathon. Please tune in next week for even more classic TV entertainment. Drum majors, is the band ready? Please welcome the Husky Vanguard Marching Band.
Little's Health and Fitness began in 1981. We are a 24/7 full-service, family-friendly fitness center with the finest equipment from Life Fitness, Hammer Strength, and Body Masters, as well as a great staff to help you get started. We have a 22-piece cardio area, so waiting is rarely a problem. We offer group classes for all levels, an extensive array of weights and machines, perfect for the beginner to advanced. We also have meal replacement shakes, tanning, dressing rooms with private showers, personal trainers, and child care is also available.
When it comes to insuring your home, business, automobiles, and property, you want an agency you can depend on. Miller Insurance has been serving this region for more than 60 years and are proud to now represent Everett Cash Mutual, which specializes in insuring farm property, equipment, livestock, and more. Before you renew your insurance policies, give us a call at 336-246-7151 or come see us in downtown West Jefferson. Miller Insurance is proud to be your hometown insurance agency that supports our hometown teams.
Good evening once again. Welcome back into Friday Night Football from Ashe County High School. Rivalry matchup between the host, Ashe County Huskies, and visiting Watauga Pioneers. Tyler Ashe alongside Nathan Ham. We're glad to have you tuned in tonight. Get ready to crank up second half action. As you can see on the Miller Insurance scoreboard, our score to start this third quarter of play, 35-19 in favor of the visiting Watauga Pioneers. But Nate, the Huskies struck just before the half. And we'll see if they can do here as they start off with the ball on offense in this third period, as we see another return there from Judd Price. Not bad, getting out across the 25. Ashe County will take over. First and 10, their own 28-yard line.
Brought down by number 16, Elijah Temple for the Pioneers.
Elijah Temple bringing him down. Special teams for the Pioneers. First down and 10. Nate, what do you expect to see here from the Huskies as we crank up this third period of play?
Well, hoping to see the defense definitely get some stops when they're out there, but first and foremost, I need this offense to keep moving down the field, pick up where they left off that last drive that scored a touchdown.
Hey, not a bad start here. Nice pass completion to Mason McNeil, getting some extra yardage, but a late flag comes into the picture.
McNeil, he's able to get up past the first down marker, but a flag on the play.
This is going to be a hold against Ashe County, so unfortunately for them, will negate the big gainer on first down. Nate, you have to give the Huskies some credit. They really could have folded up the tents after they fell down early there 21-0, but they've battled back in here, making it a two-possession game.
Yeah, they really started off the game tough. I believe we pointed out they only had about 4 offensive plays there the entire first quarter, really. So just tough when your defense is out on the field that much. And, yeah, they really could have thrown in the towel, getting down 21-0, seeing their defense get picked apart. But they've kept fighting, and we've seen that, especially under head coach Brian Hampton, really just keep fighting through.
First down and 5. Shotgun snap to Ellis. He's feeling the heat, rolling out. Aaron, this one deep and in and out of the hands, but there we do see the flag fly. Looks like that's going to be some pass interference. The defense a little bit too stiff that time.
Yeah, looked like they might have gotten Evan Suggs there for the interference on Grant Thompson. The sophomore, he moved up to this level, hoping to earn that quarterback job, but having to play some wide receiver here, and he had a couple of nice catches last week, and right there, good job getting downfield and forcing the 15-yard penalty.
So it'll be first down and 10 for the Ashe County Huskies. Gets it up there just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Fresh set of downs here for Ashe County. 4 wide, trips to the near side. He's looking in this direction, fires across the middle, but this one out of the hands of Mason McNeil for an incompletion.
Yeah, look, that throw might have been just a touch behind McNeil. Still tried to pull that one in, but couldn't quite secure that pass.
You hit that one in stride right on the money, and he could take off. He could have taken that one a long ways after the catch. He'll have to settle for the incompletion there, just a touch behind him. Makes it second down and 10. Just a few seconds into this third period here. He catches Judd Price in stride, tries to cut back, slips, still shrugs off a defender, but they're going to say that knee did touch the ground. Boy, Price, such a competitor out there on this ball field.
Yeah, it looks like he's saying he might not have went down on that, but the official disagrees there. It'll be a gain of about 3.
So big third down here. 3rd down and 7 as it did switch fields and put it into Watauga territory. Ball on the 48. Just inside of 11 minutes in this 3rd period. Going to the air once again are the Huskies. He has McNeil wide open for the 1st down. Nice pass and catch there from Ashe County. Nothing too fancy.
Yeah, good job there by McNeil. Looked like they might have had Casey Taylor, a linebacker, matched up on him. And we saw what he did last week when North Surrey tried to cover him with a linebacker. Just got open. Simply way too easy. And right there, much the same. McNeil wide open, and that'll move the chains.
He's shown off his big play ability tonight, and it continues there. 1st and 10 on the Pioneer 37. Feeling the heat now is Ellis. My goodness, what a sack. Coming in making the first hit was Michael Eball.
Yeah, just a strong play there from Eball. Just rips Ellis down, and that will be a loss of, looks like about 4 on that quarterback sack.
About 4 yards on that play. We'll bring up a 2nd and 14 now for the Huskies.
Tough break there as that drops it back to 2nd down and 14 on the 41-yard line of the Pioneers. Gotta feel like Ashe County's got a little bit of the momentum right now, though, Nate.
Yeah, closed the 2nd quarter strong and opened the 3rd quarter strong as well.
Ellis, this time no problem, has plenty of time, fires a dart out here to Judd Price, and he's all the way down right at the 30-yard line.
Number 11, Tanner Bird on that tackle for Watauga. They've got the ball up.
So good job getting those yards back after the sack.
This will be a 3rd.
It's going to make it 3rd down and about 3 yards to go. It's another big play here for the Huskies, 3rd down. We'll call it a long 3. There's a little screen being set up to Sullivan, falling forward. It's going to be close.
And toss to Sky Sullivan, brings it up to about the 26-yard line.
See where they mark this.
For the Huskies.
Wasn't enough to keep the drive rolling along.
And it's going to be ruled 4th and inches.
So,
now for the
4th and
Huskies.
inches, they're going to say, Nate. Not even
I'm
going to
surprised they're not even going to, well, looks like they.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say.
That's too close not to measure for sure. And you can see Coach Hampton down here wondering the same thing. And especially, you know, they may bring your chains out here. It could be a 1st down. That's pretty close.
So the ball is on the 27. And yes, it is. 1st down by a ball.
That's not even close at all. They weren't even going to measure it first. And thankfully, I don't know if maybe Coach Hampton yelling or something changed their mind, but that was easily a 1st down.
Glad they pulled out the change, and 1st down Ashe County. New life again breathed into this Husky offense at the 8:33 mark. Looking good on this drive so far.
They are. This is 2 really good drives back to back. It seems like they might have figured out something with this Pioneer defense. They're able to get down the field against them.
Yeah, Ellis starting to pick them apart. Now he's feeling the heat, though. He's going to have to tuck this one away, and he cannot escape the grasp of that defender. That's going to be a sack on the play. Tough break there. That was number 7, Wallace. Saw him at the end of the game last week against Alexander Central on offense out of the backfield, playing that fullback position. And there he is coming up from the middle linebacker spot and making a very nice play.
That's, unfortunately, a pretty big loss there on that sack play.
Yeah, loss of 7. 2nd and 17 now. Backs him up to the 35-yard line of Watauga. Ellis feeling the heat again, and he is going to be wrapped up for a 2nd time. Ball comes out. They're going to say he was down already as Eball had pounced on that ball very quickly, and Wallace in on the action again.
Yeah, good job there by Wallace, really getting some pressure. Also saw Willis Ellis in there, and Eball with the finishing hit. And we were talking about the promise to this drive, but all of a sudden we're back within shouting distance here of midfield. Certainly not what the Husky offense wanted to or what they wanted to happen on this drive.
3rd down, 27 yards, they're going to say. Huskies backed up against it now. Here's a screenplay set up for Sullivan. Fights past one defender, but will get no further. Bounces off Suggs. His counterpart on the other side of the running back position. He's forced out at the 41-yard line. Didn't get much there on the screenplay. Watauga had that one well covered.
Yeah, able to get a little bit of that back, but those 2 sacks looming awful large here to put an end to this drive. Going to need another big 4th down conversion. We saw one earlier, but
4th and 24, this Husky offense on the field. Ellis drops back, fires across the middle, and deflected, and that one's going to hit the ground. Nice job on the defense there. That's number 35, Case Taylor, coming up from the linebacker spot and deflecting that ball.
Yeah, McNeil was open there. Good job by the defense, able to knock that down. Don't know if he would have caught it if he'd had enough yardage, but it might be a little bit surprising to see Ashe go for it there on 4th and 24, but certainly out of range for a field goal. Maybe didn't think they could pin them deep with a punt. But Watauga pretty decent field position here to start this drive. Ashe defense, as we talked about at halftime, really need to try to pitch a shutout here in the second half if they want any chance to win.
So they've had a little time to rest here with the last offensive possession in the first half and then the halftime break. See if this defense can step up here in the second half and force a stop. Maybe get another turnover, but there's Suggs battling forward. It takes 2, 3, 4, 5 men to bring him down. Almost half the defensive unit. He carried 2 or 3 men on his back across midfield. 1st down, Watauga. Talk about the power out of the fullback Suggs that time. Man alive, all the way to the 46-yard line of the Huskies.
First down, Watauga will have the ball on the 46-yard line with a 1st and 10.
First down and 10. 6:33 and counting. Dobbins getting the signal from Havoc. In motion, there's reverse handoff, and look at Suggs off to the races. Goodbye, you're not going to catch him. 10-5 and touchdown.
And another huge play there from Suggs, and a big-time backbreaker there for the Husky defense.
My goodness, just when things get back in Ashe's favor, the heartbreak happens there on the offense where the Watauga defense had a couple of sacks back-to-back and then a turnover on downs, and boy, Suggs may have just put the nail in the coffin for the Huskies.
And Suggs well on his way to another 200-plus yard game. Saw one last week. Wouldn't be surprised when final stats roll out for this game if he's over 200 once again. Just really eating up huge chunks of yards.
Critcher on to attempt the PAT. And once again, he is good.
And the extra point is good. That'll bring the score 42-19 for Watauga.
So they struck quickly with a chance to get it back on offense. Just 3 plays, 59 yards, of course. Big chunk of that night coming by that 46-yard run by Suggs.
Yeah, really what one thing the Huskies couldn't afford to happen just did. A very quick scoring drive and another big amount of points on the board for Watauga. Crossing 40 here, that's going to be a tough feat to overcome. Defense really just got to go out there and keep trying, and the offense got to score and score quick.
Yeah, we saw there in the Ashe County Ford drive summary earlier. We looked at the Ashe County Ford keys to the game, limiting the big plays and converting in your opponent's territory. Ashe has had a little bit of trouble here right there. We saw it both ways, back to back.
Yeah, that's definitely a heartbreaker there. As you said, got it down near the 30, and a couple quarterback sacks later, and you're near midfield. So tough break there, and then there on defense, just too much speed and power for Evan Suggs.
So Critcher, after the PAT, on to boot this one away at the 6:14 mark. So right at midway through the third period, it's 42-19 in favor of the visiting Pioneers. And a deep kick will be fielded on the 10-yard line by Hudler. He's cutting it back up to the middle, looking for a block, and he's out across the 40-yard line. A great return on the part of Sam Hudler.
It was a good job there by Hudler, and a good job there by Willis Ellis, able to run him down all the way from the other side of the field to make a big tackle. But we've seen it again, time and time. Huskies are able to get good field position off of special teams, but only been able to capitalize so much. Hopefully this drive they can cash it in.
42-19 is where we stand. 6:02 to play in the third period. As you said, Huskies getting good field position once again. Their own 41-yard line with the fresh set of downs on this drive. They'll look to answer after Watauga found the end zone once again here tonight. And there's a pass to Sullivan, just a bit high, and the running back can't get his hands on that one.
Yeah, a little under duress there. We saw Ellis in the backfield. Sullivan able to get his hands on that throw, but a little bit too tall for the running back.
Yeah, had trouble reeling that one in, so the incomplete pass will make it 2nd down and 10. Inside of 6 minutes in the third quarter. Ellis again fires away, hits Price on the cross, but a yard and that's it, Nate.
Yeah, the Watauga defense clamping down on that play. We've seen it work a few times, but right there, that crossing route, just nothing doing for the Huskies.
3rd and 8 coming up for the Huskies.
So 3rd down and be a long 8, we'll call it. Pick up about 2 on that play, and that's it. Big situation here for the Huskies. You got to get a first here.
Yeah, they have to convert this one. We're running low on time. The clock's certainly not our friend.
Price, not sure exactly what happened there, if he got a little shaken up. Coming to the sideline. A little stoppage here just for a moment. So we saw Coach Piscopo get in the play call. Play clock is running, though, no timeout. As Ashe hurries back to the line. 3rd and 8, big situation for the Huskies. On their own 43, Ellis dropping back. Now stepping up in the pocket, fires a dart to Hudler. And he's all the way down to the Pioneer 41-yard line, 1st and 10, Ashe County.
Yeah, good catch there by Hudler. We've seen him make some solid defensive plays and also able to get some good yards on kick return, but now being used in the passing game and big conversion there on 3rd down.
Maybe another potential weapon for the Ashe County Huskies here down the stretch in this one, Nate.
Yeah, we saw Louder last week get a couple passes thrown his way. Unfortunately, had an issue with some drops, but Ashe certainly has some weapons offensively.
Now on 1st and 10, fires it, and McNeil in and out of his hands. You know he'd love to have a chance at that one again.
A very, very good throw, and McNeil almost pulled that one in, but just a little bit out of reach.
So the incompletion will make it 2nd down and 10. Ball still right at the 40-yard line of the Pioneers. Ashe looking to chip away at this deficit. Hand off this time to Sullivan, working it off that left side, falling forward. And nice pick up there, and a nice job by the play call, mixing it up a little bit.
Yeah, Sullivan may have caught him off guard a little bit. Haven't seen much running action at all tonight from Ashe. But good job there. It looks like he picked up close 5 yards on that play. Certainly make it a 3rd and very manageable here. Looks like maybe 5 yards.
Yeah, that'll open up the playbook. 3rd and medium length situation. Needing to get it down to the 30. Ellis on the QB keep, fighting forward, and he's going to be right there. He's got it.
And Ellis holding on to the ball, brings it up near the 1st down marker.
Slung back, but I believe the forward progress will net the Huskies the 1st down. There's the signal. 1st down, Huskies. The drive stays alive.
That's definitely a play we'll see more and more as the season goes. Colin Ellis just taking the snap, going right up the middle. Nice little weapon to have from your quarterback. Good quickness and speed, and got a great arm to go with it. And I would say as the season goes, we will see that more and see some more running plays for Sullivan as well. Just tough to run at this point, down so much.
Now, Ellis hit as he throws, but able to make the pass and hold on to it there is Mason McNeil down just inside the 25-yard line.
He's tackled by number 9.
Get about
Cricker
5
at that
yards.
point. And our 50-50 drawing.
Call it a gain of
taking place
6.
Right now, if you've got ticket 9712356, come to the press box and accept your winnings. That's
Down to 3:30 on the clock.
9712356.
Call it 2nd down and 5. Ellis, another player he's going to keep it himself. This one going nowhere, though. Nearly loses it, but able to hang on to the football. Man, another big-time play from that defense, leading the charge there. For Watauga, we see Woolridge, number 75, with a nice piece of tackling.
Yeah, senior defensive end gets in there. Haven't called his name much tonight, but makes a play there. Coach Hobbick has to be pleased with the way his defense has answered the bell here in the second half, able to get some key stops and key sacks on the last drive, and doing the same here. Good pressure there, trying to break the Husky momentum.
So we call it 3rd down and 6. And hold everything. And we're going to get a Watauga timeout.
And Watauga will call a timeout.
Their first called timeout of the game. Here in the second half, that is a Little's Health and Fitness Center timeout, reminding you to take time out of your day. Get active at Little's Health and Fitness Center in West Jefferson. So Coach Hobbick, he's calling the TO here. What is he preaching to his defense?
Hopefully for them, I'm sure he just wants them to keep Ashe out of the end zone. They've got a big lead, but the only thing that can really stop you at this point from winning this game is to let the Huskies score. So he's just hoping the defense can go out there and keep making some plays. We've seen the pass rush really come to life for the Pioneers in this second half, and I'm sure he's probably preaching the same thing. Just keep getting after the quarterback. They're going to throw, so just keep trying to put that pressure on. And at the same time, you got to cover downfield, and we've seen Ashe be able to get some big plays downfield. So he probably not 100% pleased with the secondary, but he has to be happy with the pass rush the Pioneers are getting.
Any chance we see of changing the course of action for the Huskies? Show things a little bit differently on offense.
They've just got to go downfield. The time's certainly against them.
Here's an empty set and wide open as McNeil gets to the near sideline. Down at the 15-yard line. That's going to be enough to give the Huskies a first down.
And that's one change we're seeing here. Ashe really going with straight-up 4 wide receiver, 5 wide receiver sets here, just leaving Ellis in the backfield by himself and just trying to read the defense, see who they're going to leave open. You got 5 guys out here at the high school level. It's tough to cover 5 guys.
There we see it again, empty set. Ellis in the gun. And let him a bit too much, looking in the way of McNeil. He's going to be out of bounds, though. Couldn't hang on to it anyway. So we'll bring up 2nd down and 10 now. But the Huskies are in the red zone at the 2:22 mark in the 3rd quarter, trailing 42-19. Seen this clock rolling a lot on this drive. Here we go again. This time Ellis looking across the middle, finds his man. It's Grant Thompson. He's fighting forward, gets it down there at about the 5 or 6 yard line.
And nice grab by the sophomore. We've seen a couple of good plays from him. And really this empty set really getting things going. Coach Hampton really throwing a good game plan wrinkle in here. And this may be something we see down the stretch. Watauga having a really hard time covering 5 wideouts out there. And, of course, as soon as we say that, they bring in the big horse in the backfield, Sky Sullivan. But down here near the goal line, may see a couple running plays anyway. But whatever Ashe does, they need to do it quick. They're down big, but got to punch it in first here and go from there. 3rd
down and 1 from the 6, and a good hard snap count by Colin Ellis is going to draw Watauga off sides and give them an automatic first down.
Yeah, good smarts there from your junior quarterback. Good job there. That'll give them an easy first down. Don't even have to work hard for that one, but I'm sure they will have to work hard for these last 3 yards to get this one in the end zone.
1st down and goal. Ball's spotted on the 3 yard line, half the distance to the goal. 1st down, Ashe County. See what Ashe chooses to do here. Go to the air or let Sullivan pound it up the middle. And we have another stop. And looks like the Huskies are going to give them the yards right back.
And a false start penalty called that time against the Huskies. That'll move them back 5 yards, still a first down.
So 2 penalties negate one another, basically. Back-to-back offsides calls.
Thankfully, Ashe did get the first down, though, so that will go in their favor. But the yardage certainly back them up 5 and start at the same place they were last time.
So first and goal was on the 3. Now it's on the 8. 60 seconds in this third quarter. Ellis throwing across the middle. Did he hang on to it? No. Thought Thompson had it there. He was open. Pass may have been just a little low, but Thompson just dropped that one.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate break there. I think the throw certainly could have been a little better, but it was really right there, and you need to help your quarterback out with a catch on that one.
So a timeout going to be called. As Coach Hampton wants to talk things over here with his offense, it is another Littles Health and Fitness Center timeout. With 51.3 seconds left in this third period, Ashe still trailing 42-19, so it's a 3-score advantage for the Pioneers, but Ashe looking pretty good on this drive.
Yeah, they're marching it down the field, and we've seen them do that, but the Watauga defense hoping to kind of take one out of the Husky playbook, bend but don't break, and so far they've been able to do that. Last time got a couple of key quarterback sacks, really pushed the Huskies back, but this time Ashe quite a bit closer to the goal line, so we'll see what the Huskies draw up coming out of this timeout.
Again, really want to commend these Husky players on the field, really fighting back against the adversity that they faced here in this game, falling down 21-0 early, and here we are with 8 yards to go to the end zone. They get a score here. It's just a 2-possession ball game.
Yeah, that defense, they have to figure out something. They've got to get some stops. That obviously they're not gonna win trailing, so they've got to be able to make some stops and keep punching the ball in the end zone. If not, it's the score may change, but the results will be the same. Watauga going to come out of here with a win if Ashe can't stop them.
After the timeout, second down and goal from the 8-yard line. Empty set. Ellis dropping back. Plenty of time to throw. Fires a bullet here to the near side. McNeil, did he get the foot in? Yes! Touchdown Huskies. What a job there tight-roping it by Mason McNeil.
Yeah, it's tough to beat that. That was basically some triple coverage over there. But McNeil just able to tight-rope the sidelines and a beautiful throw from Ellis.
Yeah, the great shot there from Mountain Outfitters on the replay. He got the foot in barely. Throw was just a little late by Ellis, but he delivered a bullet there, and McNeil an even better catch and getting that foot in bounds.
And great play there from Ashe, able to cap that scoring drive off. I'm sure we may see him go for 2 here. Leave the offense out on the field.
So as it stands right now, it's 42-25. And how about that for a little bit of an odd score there from the Huskies?
Yeah, a little bit different. Not used to us missing extra points.
Well, we do see a flag thrown on the field. And it's against the Huskies.
Looked like they called a delay of game there. Of course, with the way Ashe throws the ball, who knows? They could have been an intentional delay of game, give the receivers a little bit more room to work.
So it gives them a little more space to operate. 2-point conversion attempt here, and hanging on to it in the back of the end zone is Sam Hudler. It's good. Tack on 2 more for the Ashe County Huskies. How about that grab from the senior?
How about Sam really stepping up? Ashe went to the empty set here, bringing a 5th wideout onto the field, and Sam really stepping up, making some big plays here down the stretch.
And Ashe County High School will be hosting a blood drive this September 4th. So if you're interested, the Blood Mobile will be here September 4th.
So we take a look there at the Ashe County forward drive to the end zone. Well, how about a drive there from the Huskies? 15 plays. You don't see too many out of that of their air raid offense.
Especially here late in the game. Sometimes you wish those drives would come a little bit quicker, but either way, really had to have some points there to keep this game alive and They came through in a big way. Now it's up to the defense. Need to get some stops here. Only a two-possession game.
So that makes it 42-27, 44.2 ticks left in the third period. Some more new life breathed into the Ashe County Husky squad. We'll see Richardson come on here. Booming kick downfield once again. And that goes into the end zone for a touchback. Watauga will come out 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line.
And a result, a touchback. Ball will come up to the 20-yard line where Watauga will start their drive.
We'll see Watauga step back onto the field. As you talked about it, Nate, the big key now is it's up to this Husky defense to make a play. Offense has shown they can get some points on the board, but that defense going to have to keep Watauga from getting scores and back into the end zone.
Yeah, that's been the problem all night. Watauga just having their way with the Huskies on their side of the ball. But, you know, defenses do make adjustments, and hopefully Ashe can come up with the proper adjustment here. You know, Watauga's probably going to run the ball. Sometimes you may just have to sell out and hope to strip a ball or force a turnover.
There's a handoff to Suggs off the right side. Fall forward for a gain of a couple. Sam Henson making a nice tackle.
2nd and 8 now coming up for Watauga.
2-yard gainer. 2nd down and 8 coming up. And Watauga may not even have to get off another snap. Down to 10. And they're just going to let this one wind on down. Closing out this third period. Watauga in front. Ashe does have a little bit of momentum on their side, though, trailing 42-27. Can the defense get the stops they need to cut this deficit a little bit closer? We'll find out in the 4th and final quarter here from Ashe County High School. Another edition of Friday Night Football. Watauga, Ashe County. Stay tuned in for 4th quarter action right after these messages.
4G LTE is here from Carolina West Wireless. It's the fastest 4G data service available today, so you can enjoy downloads faster and send uploads without the wait. So bring on the apps and bring on the entertainment. And get ready for life at the speed of you. Visit your Carolina West Wireless store today and find out more about our new 4G LTE network, new products and rate plans.
When it comes to insuring your home, business, automobiles, and property, you want an agency you can depend on. Miller Insurance has been serving this region for more than 60 years and are proud to now represent Everett Cash Mutual, which specializes in insuring farm property, equipment, livestock, and more. Before you renew your insurance policies, give us a call at 336-246-7151 or come see us in downtown West Jefferson. Miller Insurance is proud to be your hometown insurance agency that supports our hometown teams.
And welcome back to Husky Stadium at Ashe County High School for another edition of Friday Night Football here on Sky Zone Sports and Sky Zone HD Channel 1. Taking a look at the Miller Insurance scoreboard. It's been all Watauga so far. Ashe cut into the deficit. Two-possession game right now. 42-27 is where we stand as we start the 4th period, but Watauga has that football. They're looking to run the clock, and if they get another score here, maybe too much. With Huskies to handle, we see a handoff there to lead things off in this 4th period of play, and that's going to be a quick first down for Watauga. Ben Brown making the stop for the Huskies. Just a 2-score game, Nate, but with the way Watauga likes to run this football, it can seem like a lot more if they can control this time of possession, keep getting these first downs.
Yeah, you know that's exactly what they're going to do. Be surprised if they go to the air at all much the rest of this game. But right now, the Ashe defense just has to come up with something, force a fumble or, you know, get 2 or 3 straight tackles for short yardage gains.
Here's the reverse handoff, finding some room as we see West spinning around, going to be brought down just across the 40-yard line. That's close to a first down carry right there, Nate.
Yeah, unfortunately for Ashe, exactly what they don't need to be happening. Watauga picking up some pretty sizable chunks of yards and closing in on another first down here, a second and probably about 2 looks like from here. So Watauga able to get some early yardage here in the 4th quarter on this drive. Especially if they punch this one in the end zone, it's definitely a wrap for this one. But Ashe still fighting hard, trying to make some plays.
2nd and 3, they'll say now on the 41-yard line. It's a short 3. Dobbins this time going to keep it himself, has some open field, leaps over one would-be tackler and takes it into Husky territory. Move those chains once again. We do see a flag fly, though.
There's a flag on that play.
Looked like they threw it on the hit there. Could have been a face mask there. Couldn't tell from here, but whatever it was thrown right at the point of contact there.
How about Dobbins? Great awareness downfield, finding the gap there. Quickly closing in there and getting a first down.
And we hadn't seen that play in a while. They really kept it in the hands of the backs, but right there, just a good job from Dobbins to get the yardage.
And you called it, Nate, face mask against the Huskies. So add some more yardage to the first down that was already picked up by Dobbins.
In Ashe County territory. Watauga will have a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the Husky 41. Here at the 10:22 mark. This time Dobbins does hand it off, and breaking away goes Suggs. He's inside the 15, the 10, and the 5. Can he get the edge? No. Will be denied the touchdown by Matthew Greer, but not by much. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like they might have got him for a little bit of unsportsmanlike activity there. Looked like he might have waved there to the Husky tackler. That may definitely be a 15-yard penalty. Be the 5th unsportsmanlike conduct of the game.
Racking them up, although they have slowed down.
They have. That's the first one we've seen in a little while at least.
I think it's safe to say these two teams just don't like each other.
Yeah, that definitely. Of course, if you're going to wave bye to somebody, you might want to not get tackled, but, that's just me. That's just my broadcasting advice. If you're going to wave, you better make it to the end zone.
I don't think he can hear us up here. Maybe we need to tell him after the game.
Yeah, of course, he's going to rack up well over 200 yards again, so I'm sure he doesn't care at all what I have to say.
So after all of that, it'll still be a first down for the Pioneers. But we'll back them up to the 17-yard line. First down, 10 minutes on the clock now, still rolling. Watauga doing what they do best, moving this ball on the ground, milking that clock. Rolling out, though, and here's a throw to the far side of the field. Pass is caught. Boy, what a nice open field tackle there, though.
And Castle
by Matthew Greer.
Down by number 20, Matt Greer. 2nd goal now for Watauga. They brought the ball up to about the 7-yard line.
Nonetheless, though, that's a nice gain. Moves it down to about the 7-yard line. 2nd and goal. Closing in now on the 9-minute mark in this period. And in the game as well. Surprised they threw it on that play. Still trying to mix it up. Here we see another throw. Dobbins looking end zone, just over the outstretched hands of Michael Ebal. That pass falls incomplete. Nice defense there by Greer once again. He's all over the field.
He's having a nice little series here. Of course, not exactly helping if they're this close to the end zone, but he's leaving it out there, that's for sure. A lot of these Husky guys, I'm sure they're tired. They saw a whole lot of playing time in the first half with the offense just not able to get anything going at all. Looks like we've got a timeout here for an injury. E-ball slow getting up.
So an injury timeout on the field. As E-ball's getting stretched out there in the end zone, cramping up a bit at the end of that play. He's made a couple nice plays on defense, but really haven't called his name a whole lot tonight on the offensive side.
Yeah, they have to be pleased with the coverage they've put on him. It's just been the other receivers that Dobbins had to throw to that been able to get through the Husky defense, but for the most part it's been that ground game.
8:57 left to play in this one. Watauga in control at the moment, 42-27. They've got the ball on the Husky 7-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd down and goal. You got to think this is probably 4-down territory for the Pioneers. The way they've been moving it tonight, it's going to be a tall order for Ashe to try to stop them this close to the end zone. Dobbins going to go to the air again, setting up the screen. A little bit of a reverse there. And looking toward the end zone, stretching forward, and going across the plane is Case Taylor. Touchdown, Watauga. That may be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Yeah, that might very well do it here for the Pioneers. And just another wrinkle in the playbook we hadn't seen all night. A nice little screen pass. And Ashe, no answer for that one either. Just a big night offensively for the Pioneers.
You talk about a nice play call there. Dobbins rolling out to the right side, then throws back across his body to the left side. And screenplay works to perfection from 8 yards out. Case Taylor takes it on in for the TD. Now Critcher on for the extra point. Snap, the hole. Kick is up. Splits the uprights. It's good. 49 to 27. And regardless of what Ashe does here, it's going to be a really tall order now, Nate, staring down the hole of a 22-point deficit.
Yeah, not a whole lot of time left either to come up with 3 scores and to keep Watauga out of the end zone. As you said, they're good drive by the Pioneers, 9 plays, 80 yards, and a nice little capper for Case Taylor. 8-yard pass play from Aaron Dobbins.
Yeah, we see that Ford drive to the end zone, brought to you by Ashe County Ford. More points on the board there for these Watauga Pioneers, just in complete control now at this point, stretching out to a 3-possession ball game. And that's a tall order for any team, especially for Ashe tonight here.
Yeah, I'm sure at this point both teams may be starting to look a little bit towards their next opponents. And Ashe, just a tough night on defense overall. Watauga offense working well through the air and especially on the ground. And it's just tough when you get a good balance going like that. It's just been tough for the Huskies to figure out.
Critcher will back up. And this time puts his big toe into it. Ball fielded, the 11-yard line. See what Hudler can do this time, trying to get some room up the sideline, but closes quickly. Gets it out across the 25. And we'll see the Huskies come onto the field 1st and 10. Working from their own 27.
Ashe County will start this drive with 8 minutes and 43 seconds left to play in the game.
8:43 remains. Ashe on the short end of a 49-27 score. But this offense comes back onto the field, will look to strike quickly. Trim this margin back down to 2 possessions. Long throw just over the reach of Hudler. Boy, if he'd have caught that one, he could have gone for 6.
Yeah, that would have certainly been the quick answer they needed. That would have been a big strike there. He certainly had a couple steps on his man, but the throw just a little bit too long there for Ellis.
So after the incompletion, we'll make it 2nd and 10. And we'll see the empty set once again, 5 wide. Why not? At this point, you got to throw everything you've got at them. Need a quick score. And the passing play's the best way to do it. There's a screenplay being set up, hauled in by Hudler this time, but the room closes in quickly after he picks up about 4 or 5 yards.
Tackled by number 3, E-ball.
And a nice drawn-up play there. Watauga certainly sinking back their defensive backs right there, but it looked like the screen pass underneath. Well designed, but Watauga able to close in on that pretty quick and limit the yardage.
Yeah, nice tackle again on defense, Michael Ebaugh. Stepping up from his linebacker positions. 3rd and 6. Ellis firing again. This pass is caught. And refusing to go down there is Sam Hudler. He's wanting to take off and go even after they blew it dead.
Yeah, that's twice now we've seen him not be able to be taken down. They've just had to blow it dead. Good strength there from the young man.
And more importantly, a 1st down. Which will stop the clock for a second while they reset the chains. Rolling again here. 7:40 on the clock. Ball on the 40-yard line of Ashe, 1st and 10. Got to work fast. 4 receivers there to the right side, but he's coming here to the left, trying to get some single coverage for Judd, but this one skips a couple of times. Well short. Under some duress there was Colin Ellis.
Yeah, it looked like the snap threw that play off from the start.
Brings up 2nd and 10 for the Huskies. Going to the air once again. This pass is caught. Grant Thompson out across the midfield mark and into Pioneer territory. That'll be enough to move those chains for another Husky first down.
Good enough for a first down conversion there. Ashe County will have a first down.
Liking what I see out of the Huskies here really in this second half on offense.
Yeah, they've definitely found something with this empty set. It'll all determine whether or not the offensive line can protect Ellis with how much they can run this set here with no blocking help in the backfield. But if they can do their job and Ellis can have all day to throw with 5 guys out there, he'll definitely find somebody.
Yeah, I like what this does here for Judd Price. Tries to open things up, the one-on-one matchup, and trying to force that one a bit across the middle. He was looking for McNeil. Threw this one just a little too high, though. McNeil can't quite reel it in. That'll bring up the 2nd down. We've definitely seen Ellis, don't have the official stats yet, but looks like he's improved his accuracy. We know he struggled a bit last week, just 37% pass completion. You like to see that improvement every week here from the young quarterback.
Yeah, I think we will continue to see that as the season progresses. He's certainly did not have as much time in the offense as Connor Bowers did going into a full off season last year, and then him being a senior as well. But Colin picking it up as much as he can right here.
And this pass is in and out of the hands of Thompson, deflected, and that's going to be an interception. And that'll just about wrap this one up with that interception.
Yeah, it looked like number 11 there, senior Tanner Bird, able to pull that one in. And a tough break there for Ashe on the tipped pass. But still, as we were talking about, Colin, certainly a bright future here. Only a junior. He's learning the offense kind of on the stride as he was a wide receiver for us last year. But you really have to be impressed with his arm strength and accuracy so far. He's missed on a few passes, but I think Coach Hampton will be really pleased with how he progresses.
Grant Thompson as well. We saw him right there. You got to think another year or two, that's going to be a catch, not just a tipped pass.
Oh, absolutely.
The young man learning a new position as well this season after sort of switching the roles for these two guys. One was a receiver turned quarterback, the other's a quarterback turned receiver. So Watauga's back on offense. We see the first down run to the near side. Suggs working his way out there. About a 7-yard gain.
And a 2nd and 3 now coming up for Watauga.
About midway through this final period. After that interception, Watauga definitely on cruise control now. Up 49-27 on the Huskies. Maybe not what a lot of people were expecting coming into this one tonight. We've had 3 straight years of very close contests. We talked about it before the game. 11 points decided the last 3 seasons of play between these two squads. But this one, a lot more than that, Nate.
Yeah, very, very close and fairly low scoring as well. I would say they had more points in the first half of this game than the last couple of years combined. Just certainly not what we expected with this big lead, and I don't think anybody really saw a shootout coming either. I think Watauga's defense looked pretty solid last week, and Ashe played quite a bit better. But that rushing defense still a work in progress. We saw North Surrey take advantage of it a little bit, and Watauga certainly making some big strides this week.
And the well-oiled machine offense here, this wing set for the Pioneers. Worked to perfection last week against Alexander Central, a much bigger team than the Huskies, and still getting about everything they want tonight on offense as well. There's Dobbins rolling over a Husky defender on his way, close to a first down.
Holds onto that ball, brought down by Garrett Miller.
Coach Hobbick, you got to be pleased. That's another first down carry, gets you about 8 or 9 yards.
Yeah, and close 5 minutes left in this game, and Pioneers yet to punt the football. I don't know if we've talked about that yet or not, but they've converted on all their 3rd and 4th down plays too. So it's just been just a clinic tonight on offense from the Pioneers.
I'll bring up 2nd down and 1 for Watauga. Content to let this play clock roll all the way down every snap. And this time he hands it off, pushing forward and getting the 1st down. I believe that was Suggs once again. No, excuse me, that was Wallace with the carry, getting some late game touches once again. Keeps this drive rolling right along for Watauga.
1st down for Watauga now with the ball at the 43-yard line.
Puts it at the 43-yard line, 4:21 and counting. 1st and 10 for the Pioneers. Working with a big lead. 22 points to be exact. And hold everything there as we see a penalty marker down. Is that a delay of game? And it is the call. That play clock rolled just a little bit too long that time, Nate.
Yeah, surprising they had that little miscue there, but in the big scheme of things, won't hurt the Pioneers too bad at all. Just probably some more yards for them to eat up on the ground.
Makes it a 1st down and 15. Backs him up to the 38-yard line. This time Dobbins keeps it himself. Working it out there just past the original line of scrimmage. A little surprised to see him still in the game at this point.
Yes, as much as the injury bug's bitten him over his career and anything to do with the Huskies, I'm surprised as well. I figured they might take him back out of the game and put him back in his bubble for the rest of the season for the Pioneers. Some bigger games coming after this one, obviously. Conference play coming for both teams. Those are the games that really matter.
And you're looking at a couple of teams or schools who performed very well last season. We talked about Ashe County, of course, just absolutely the greatest season in school history. Watauga had a very nice year as well, finishing up with an 8-4 record, 5-2 for a 3rd place finish in the Northwestern Conference, and Coach Hobbick named Coach of the Year. So a very nice job from him. And of course, Ashe County, we said 10-win season, 2nd round of the state playoffs. Very nice job by Hampton. Both of these guys have done very nice things in their short tenures at their respective schools.
Yeah, you know, both teams, both fans, happy to have the guys they have on the sidelines. And Ashe really, they've had some good years even before Coach Hampton got here, so he's really just building on to that. The same goes for Watauga to an extent, but Coach Hobbick really trying to take them to the next level and be more competitive, not just in the conference, but also at the state level.
And we see penalty markers down once again, maybe some holding downfield.
West on that carry going out of bounds is at the 45-yard line, but there is a
Watauga doesn't have the deep threats, as we talked about last week in our broadcast, that they've had in the past, such as a T.J. Poulos, and even going back a couple of years to Cam Baker. I tell you what, these guys can make huge plays on the ground this year just as well, it seems.
Yeah, it looks like their home run hitters this year may come from the backfield. Obviously, Suggs has proven that twice tonight with some long runs, long touchdown runs. So he's really just proven he can be just a weapon, just fired right out of the cannon and gone to the house. But as you said, on the outside, not that guy this year.
And then on the other side for the Huskies, of course, you're hoping you can get some home runs, and already have this year, more so from Mason McNeil. And of course, looking for the development of those secondary guys, 2nd and 3rd options. We've seen Judd Price really come through with a big game here tonight. Don't have the final stats just yet, but he's had a big-time game. Of course, started things off for himself with that kickoff return for a touchdown. And look for continuing development. As Coach Hampton said, it's an inexperienced team at the varsity level.
It is. Lots of these guys, their first couple of games as a varsity player in their lives. So certainly something to build on for a lot of these kids. And they do have some good, solid leaders out there, some guys that have seen action. But for the most part, a lot of these guys just getting their feet wet.
I believe we saw an illegal man downfield that time. Another flag flies. Down to 2:06 on the clock. All but a done deal here with the 49-27 score. Both these teams, as you mentioned a few minutes ago, probably looking more toward their next game, in case Watauga next week's game for Ashe 2 weeks from now. because they're going to be up against a tough High Brighton squad right here at Ashe County High School.
They will, and could be a tough High Brighton team coming off a loss. At last check, they were trailing Maiden, a little bit of a rivalry down in the Catawba Valley area. Could be coming in off of a loss, so we'll see what both teams match up like here in a couple of weeks. But tonight it's been all Watauga. Lined up for could be their first punt of the night here.
Yeah, 4th down and 3, under 2 minutes to go. Nope, they fake it. Dobbins takes it. He has room to work with all the way down to the Husky 32-yard line. And there may be some Ashe County fans don't like that play call.
Yeah, probably not a little bit, but hey, it's a rivalry. And one former rivalry coach was asked one time, why'd you go for 2? And his answer was, because I couldn't go for 3. So, these guys take this stuff serious.
So now, if Watauga chooses, they can just take a couple of knees here as we're down to 135 and counting. Dobbins taking this one himself, plunging his way inside the 25.
And Dobbins holds on to the ball.
Picking up another nice chunk of yardage. About a yard shy or so of the first down. 2nd down and 2, they'll call it for the Pioneers. At a minute remaining in this one. Another couple of plays and this one will be over with. Now looking to throw it, though, is Dobbins rolling out and nearly intercepted by Matt Greer. This Ashe County crowd's not going to like that play call.
Yeah, it's a little bit going back and forth here between the fan bases. I'm sure they're not going to be too thrilled with it, but Ashe out there still trying to make some plays.
So the clock will stop with 43 seconds to go in this ball game. Of course, Watauga's probably just looking to get some plays in forward. Looking forward, I should say, on a 3rd or 2nd and short situation there when they threw it. Now 3rd and 1, and they'll just hand it off this time. Suggs working off the left. Ball's forward. That'll pick up the 1st down and could be the final play.
Ball up to about the 24-yard line for Watauga.
We'll have to get off another play here, though, as the clock will stop as they move the chains. Now we might see Watauga just take a knee.
Maybe.
And indeed they will. And that'll wrap it up here tonight. Flags fly on the field, but
and there are flags on the play.
Teams starting to make their way off of the field. The referee's stopping the clock with 1.2 seconds left here, Nate.
I think we all just need to go on home. Let some cooler heads prevail.
No sense in delaying this one here. Personal foul. It's that number 6 of the night.
I believe that is. We're really racking them up here. 2nd left, though. I don't know if there's time for another one.
I'd say we might set a record here tonight.
A few seconds left on the clock.
Coach Hampton calls a timeout. Maybe we will have time for another one.
So a timeout is called, another Little's Health and Fitness timeout. And curious call to say the least there from one Brian Hampton.
He's probably just telling his kids to keep their cool. If something breaks out here, nobody wants to see that, especially the guaranteed suspension that comes with it. So he's probably telling us to keep their cool and, good sportsmanship, stay classy out there, don't do anything too stupid, Testosterone's flowing high. It's always is, especially in football.
So one more play. Maybe. as they put it back to 9 seconds on the clock. Victory formation here for the Pioneers, and Dobbins takes a knee. And I believe this time the clock rolling down. 3, 2, 1. Will we get there? And indeed we do this time, Nate. That is your final here tonight. Watauga comes out in big fashion here against the home crowd, home team. Surprises the home crowd and the team. 49-27 is your final here tonight as the Pioneers get a big-time victory over the Ashe County Huskies.
Yeah, big win for the Pioneers, and nice start to their season. A couple of big blowout wins, and just have to be pleased with how their offense looks. For Ashe, a little bit different look into the season. We only lost 2 games all of last season, I believe. So this year's starting 0-2, a little bit different look, but you knew some tougher times were coming. We lost a whole lot of talent last year, but you have to be really pleased with what the Huskies are doing and what they're building for.
Exactly, always building for the future are the Ashe County Huskies, and kind of like what we've seen the past several years here under head coach Brian Hampton's direction. Got to believe better things are coming this year for the Huskies as well. A young team here, going to learn on the go throughout the season. Now we take a look there. We got the final tabulations in. Top performers first for the the victorious team tonight. I'll get it out here in a second. For the Watauga Pioneers, Evan Suggs, man, have yourself a game again. 19 carries, Nate, over 200 yards, 2 TDs. Dobbins, how about that game he had through the air tonight?
Yeah, tossing 186 yards, 2 touchdowns, and can't discount those 88 yards on the ground as well. Of course, those 2 1-yard touchdowns. And Corey West, nice job catching the ball, 5 catches, 98 yards, and overall just a big night from the Pioneer offense.
Yeah, and over 500 yards once again for this Watauga offense overall. Corey West, you said there, had a nice game himself, racked up 98 receiving yards throughout the course of tonight's game. And on the other side, the Ashe County Huskies, talked about it, still a lot to like out of this group here. And Colin Ellis, much more accurate this time, 22 out of 40, over 240 yards, 3 TDs, did have the 2 picks. And Mason McNeil showed why he's just invaluable on this offense.
Yeah, he's just a real weapon out there. Every team has to game plan for him. And when they game plan for him, it leaves some other opportunities from guys. We saw Joe Price, 7 catches, 76 yards. And, of course, that kickoff return that really sparked the offense, got them kind of out of the slump they were in. And, of course, a couple of big catches for Sam Hudler and Grant Thompson as well.
So there we have our final score here again for tonight. Some final team statistics there with all those sacks they racked up there. Watauga's side on Ashe. -6 rushing yards overall for the Huskies tonight.
Yeah, definitely a tough night on the ground for Ashe. We didn't have much opportunity to run it anyway, getting down early. But yeah, you never want to see a negative in any stat category. But for Ashe, had to deal with some tough pressure from the Pioneers.
So that'll about do it here for tonight. The Huskies had their bye week this next week, Labor Day week, but they'll be back in action on September the 11th, I believe is the date there, against High Brighton right back here at Ashe County High School. We look forward to bringing you that action as well. Watauga will be in action this next week. Another rivalry game back-to-back for them against Avery. They'll be on the road once again. Always an entertaining matchup there over in Newland to be had. Watauga will improve to 2-0 on the season. Ashe drops to 0-2 on the year. They'll be looking to straighten things out. Maybe they can get some extra work in here during the bye week and look forward to that matchup against High Brighton, Watauga against Avery as well. We thank you for tuning in here tonight. We send a special thanks once again out to our communications partner in this one, Carolina West Wireless, reminding you that 4G LTE is here. So that's going to be it for us here tonight. Again, your final score, Watauga 49, Ashe County 27. It's been fun, Nate. Appreciate your help in here again on another season of Husky football. For Corbin Richardson and Nathan Ham, I'm Tyler Rash. Thanks for watching.